Sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Steve Kathan. Apple says it's going to invest an additional $100 billion in its U.S. operations over the next 4 years, adding on to a $500 billion commitment earlier. CBS's Aaron Navarro is in Washington.
They're going to expand their manufacturing in states Michigan, Texas, and California. It also includes an increase of at least 20,000 people hired in the U.S., more manufacturing of Apple's AI, and an initiative known as the American Manufacturing Program to bring more of Apple's supply chain of critical components when it comes to smartphones and electronics to the U.S.
Family members of Jeffrey Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre after the Justice Department interview with Ghislaine Maxwell. Sources say the Epstein co-conspirator said nothing incriminating about President Trump.
Giuffre died by suicide in April. Her brother, Sky Roberts, tells CBS Mornings he's upset Maxwell was recently transferred to a minimum security prison camp in Texas and has said she would testify before Congress in return for clemency.
Why are we listening to a perjurer? I think if anybody needs to be heard, it's the survivors.
Giuffre's sister-in-law, Amanda Roberts, says Maxwell needs to stay in prison.
She wasn't a victim like the narrative is trying to change right now. She was an active participant in the abuse.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
This morning, President Trump signed an executive order to slap an additional 25% tariff on India for its purchases of Russian oil. That brings tariffs to 50% there. The Kremlin calls a meeting between U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and President Vladimir Putin constructive. President Trump has threatened new economic measures against Moscow if there's no deal soon to end the fighting in Ukraine. CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
Does today's meeting change that ultimatum from Trump that he wants Russia to agree to a ceasefire by this Friday in the next 48 hours? That is an open question. Is the deal realistic? Let's see what Witkoff says, if anything, after he debriefs the president. That Trump deadline is this Friday.
A top UN official warns an expansion of Israeli military operations or full-scale takeover in Gaza would risk catastrophic consequences. CBS's Deborah Patta.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wants the IDF to seize complete control of Gaza, which would involve the forced removal of the entire Palestinian population of more than 2 million to humanitarian zones. But there are tensions with the IDF's top brass, who are reportedly opposed to a full-scale takeover, fearing it could endanger the lives of the 20 living hostages still in captivity.
Parts of Fort Stewart in Georgia locked down today after an active shooter was reported. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Tampa Bay's TAN Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Sit right down. Keep your hands up. Keep your chin down. Shut the door. Time to go with Randy Harris and Knockout Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knockout Radio with Randy Harris is about to start. So get ready for the best MMA talk, games, interviews, prizes, and surprises anywhere. For Knockout Radio, I'm the voice, Ray Flores, and now here's Knockout Radio.
Hey, everybody.
What is up? What's going on, everybody? Knockout Radio live on the air. We're on. We're going to be streaming on the Tan Talk Radio Network YouTube channel today.
Okay. What about Knockout Radio?
No.
YouTube?
Well, you can't do them both because that's the camera right there.
Well, I see two cameras. There's one there and there's one over there.
Okay. So one
each.
If you were to get here early enough, you could set stuff up.
I'm on time, and I'm not a producer. I'm the talent.
You're far from that.
I'm the talent.
I saw your talent in action on Saturday.
Yeah, did you?
Well, the attempted talent, and
that was an experience. I didn't really know what to expect.
And neither did the millions and millions of people that were in the building.
There was more people than I thought. I really thought it was going to be you, me, and the Rip Santa.
Well, no, and Joe Marquis.
And Joe Marquis.
Who didn't heckle like he promised.
Yeah.
I texted him.
Okay.
To thank him for replacing you. Because you dropped the ball big time.
What did I drop the ball
I told
on?
you dropped the ball.
Wait, you want me to go?
Luckily, hold on. Luckily, Joe Marquis stepped up.
And what did he do?
He filmed something that was very important. And then
to you, it was important.
No, to the show.
Nobody knows who that is. You're talking about people that don't know what it is anymore. Like those shows, people don't have.
The video was very important to the owner of our title sponsor.
Oh, okay.
So it was very, very important. Now,
okay, so that makes the difference.
Well,
because it's personalized. But for the masses,
hold on.
There was no one.
So Joe did a great job.
Got it.
And then he dropped the ball big time. He tried to pull off. You know, they didn't let you film stuff.
Yeah, it was weird.
But you're media. We're media. So media is allowed. So your good friend Adolf Hitler's brother came running over.
Adolf Hitler's brother?
Yeah, I'm still from your comments back in the day. So
what?
This guy comes running over.
Okay.
No film, no film. You can't. I go, well, we're media. We can. And basically then agreed to, as long as you wait till we get up. So Joe kind of like hit it. I should show you that video.
Okay.
The video that you didn't shoot is better than the video he did shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look.
But the important one got done.
But here's what I don't get. These celebrities come in town for the conventions. They have a booth. They're there for an event. But you can't video them or take pictures with them without paying for
right,
it.
because they want to be paid.
Right.
Right.
I get it. But like, I mean, come on.
Well, the thing that I didn't understand is when the little dude came running over saying, you can't film, you can't, what can't we film? If they're filming.
They're out in the open. It's
right.
an event. Like they're not in a private room.
See, I don't know because we went through this and I checked with my attorneys on some things. And when you're in an open space, you can't be held accountable to in a private space. Now, if you have to pay to get in a building, I wonder if that's different, or if it's because it's an open space, you can be Karen and say, I'm going to do what I want to do and take the photos.
But what people don't realize is the Rip Santa had a 360 camera on a stick. Now, my boy Tom.
Is that like jalapeno on a stick?
Well, kind of. But like my boy Tom has the Meta glasses. He's recording from his POV on his face with a black tape across the red light. No one even knows they're being recorded. There's so much photography and video being recorded at all times. Everything's on tape. So why they get so upset about someone holding a phone up to get a moment of time
with that person, with the celeb?
They should be happy because at least somebody cares about them to get the image.
So anyway, we did go out to the Tampa Bay Comic Convention.
We did.
It was a lot of fun. We're going to talk about it over the next 3 hours.
It was over the top.
And you think the general public, think I'm embarrassed hanging out with Matt McClellan?
Don't say my legal name.
Now at M @
Matt.
I wonder if you could get, because I just saw a thing about license plates that were declined by the state of Florida. You know, people trying to slide in the F word or this word or that word. I wonder if you could get away with Matt in the @ sign.
It depends on the computer software. Because a lot of the online forums, when you put M @ it doesn't recognize that character.
Well, no,
so it's all in the coding.
But it recognized because they turned down some that had that in. Now, whether that they were trying to slide in, a swear word or whatever.
But if I change my name legally, if I change it officially to Matt @ because Prince changed his to a symbol, so a character on a keyboard should be allowed, then the state would have to allow it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. I need the funding to send in the application.
I don't think it's expensive to
I
change.
need a sponsor. I need sponsorships. Like call in. If you want to sponsor this, I will legally change my name to Matt, M @
I'll see what it costs. I don't think it's expensive.
Okay. Let's go.
If that's all you want is somebody to pay for, the paperwork.
Yeah, I'll do it. Absolutely, I'll do it.
Well, you've said absolutely you'll do other things, and you haven't.
Well, I never lost. I mean, I didn't
Well,
lose.
you not showing up means you lost.
That does not mean that.
Sure it does.
Absolutely not. I didn't run away.
Who writes the rules? You or me?
They come to me. I don't go to them.
No, you go.
No, I'm not going to them.
You were supposed to go to the grand opening.
I'm the star. Everybody came to Clearwater for Hogan's Memorial yesterday.
Not everybody.
Most of the people.
Not Brooke
Dennis
Hogan.
Rodman.
Not Brooke Hogan.
Dennis Rodman's here.
Not Brooke Hogan.
Triple H is here.
Not Brooke Hogan.
Oh, they have issues.
Well, do I want to go there? Do I want to address it?
We got to go there. It's the.
All right. So I listened to something for the first time in forever because I heard that Brooke Hogan called into Bubba's show yesterday or the day before or whatever and cleared the air And I guess she said that she was in the gym with Terry, and Terry said to his daughter, Bubba had nothing to do with
the leaked tape.
Well, he had something to do with the tape. He had nothing to do with it being leaked.
Correct.
Okay. My question is, why did she wait till 2 days after he died to call in and say that?
Well, I think you know that in this world we live in, people aren't bound by cages and shackles. There's all by contracts and intellectual property. And so lawsuits and slander and lawyers involved, she probably couldn't say anything while he was still alive. There would have been repercussions. There would have been massive.
I don't know.
But it's good for Bubba to get his name cleared.
It's massive.
And
whether you like or dislike.
And look,
it's huge.
I haven't heard Bubba's name in 10 years. Like, I haven't seen a Bubba Army sticker, nothing. So it's nice to see that Bubba, one, is relevant again, to see him on the airwaves, to hear, and now he's getting his name cleared. I think it's huge. I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Because to carry that burden.
Let me just say this, because people off the air know this. I'm neutral in everything. I'm friends with Mike Calta. I'm friends with Bubba. What's
Calta got to do with it?
No, I'm just saying, because he was.
They kind of look like the same person, though. I mean, if you didn't know them, they look the same. I mean, they're the same kind.
Well, one has a deeper scratch in their voice, But yeah, like I said, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I'm happy that portion clears Bubba's name.
Yeah.
He was always good to me and us in the show, and when we were on his streaming service and stuff.
In the last 2 months of him tracking the story and getting the intel and putting it out, it's revived and resuscitated his career, in my opinion. Like, I think this is great for Bubba. He might get back on top again with Stern. His contract's up. His $100 million is over. Radio, as you know, is not what it used to be. Shock jocks aren't what they used to be. So to see Bubba, maybe rise through all this and become the main voice again, it speaks for credibility. It's a big deal.
All right. I did forget, because you bored me as soon as you walked in, to run down our 3 UFC fighters fighting this weekend. Very happy. And I'm going to say it when I introduce her back on the show, because a lot of times I come in here down like, we got to do another show. A lot of times I come in here all happy. We got to do another show.
Okay.
And then you walk in.
Then you're happy that you can.
And then I'm just straight down into the dumps.
What are you talking about?
I'm like, here we go again. Another 3 hours with this Chuckles. But you can't ever be down when Angela Hill is on.
Well, she never left. I mean, she's been on the show more than I have.
No, I understand that. And that's what I'm saying.
She has a fight every 2 weeks.
And I'm very happy, that she's coming back on, because it'll.
You have new questions for her?
No.
Like, what do you expect to see on Saturday?
Well, she expects
Mount Rushmore.
I haven't asked her about Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
I'm sure I haven't.
I'm positive you have. If we had archives in this building, we could go back and probably find all of her Mount Rushmore.
I am going to ask a controversial question today.
Are you?
With Andre Feely.
Okay.
I want his clarification of Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Of the nickname.
Oh, Touchy Feely.
That's not his nickname.
Touchy.
His nickname is Touchy. His name is Andre Feely. So I want to know his opinion.
Okay.
Because when they do all those nicknames, Andre Feely always wins for Touchy Feely. That's not his nickname.
And since you're talking about Mount Rushmore, might as well talk about BKFC, Sturgis.
Can I finish with?
Oh yeah, go ahead down your list.
Yeah.
Oh, you show prep today.
Yeah, you don't know how to count?
No.
I said 3 UFC guests.
Dang it.
All right, what were the first 2?
Angela Hill and Andre Touchy Feely.
Okay, and the return of Miles John as well. So that's our 3.
Okay.
You got something to say?
Nope.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, since you don't, it's break time. So coming to you live from the TAN Talk Radio Network's studio, which possibly is our last week here. We're going to attempt next week.
Oh, are we?
We are
next week.
Next week.
I can do it from my home studio.
Yep. As long as it's quiet there, and we'll talk about that over the next 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Define quiet.
This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. We'll be right back.
This is Mike Allstott, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. You want to have a drink? Where do you go? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it? That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds, from the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Reggie Bush, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we are back coming to you live from the TAN Talk Radio Network studios here. And now we know. We just thought Leslie was in the restroom. She was at the Devil Ray, Tampa Bay Ray, Tampa Ray, all the other Rays garage sale.
Yeah, they're selling out the uniforms.
Hey, listen, I've had this thing for a very long time.
2 weeks?
Look at the back.
It looks brand new.
Yeah.
This is the one that I threw out when I did the first pitch. See?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when I was with Channel 8.
So you only wore it that day?
No, they gave it to me.
I understand that, but I'm saying you only wore it that one day because it looks brand spanking new.
No, because I'm very good with my clothing, gentlemen. Yeah. Especially if it's, TV worthy or whatever. So,
or whatever.
Yeah, it's actually, it's nostalgia too, because I threw it out the first pitch. It was a Red Sox game. I was with Lee Spann, who was the meteorologist at the time. And I got it over the plate where like nobody else did in that morning team. And then Evan Longoria comes over to me and says,
Can you pitch the third inning?
Can you bat for me?
I think James Shields was, I can't remember who was on the team. But anyways, can
you DH in the fifth?
He says to me, you got it over the plate.
Did you ever play in the media game?
And I said, yes, I did. And he goes, most people don't. And I practiced for weeks.
Did you ever play in the media game that they used to do every year?
With the Rays? No, I did other ones. I did with many other media games with charity groups, but not with the Rays. That would have been cool. But, Randy, as you know,
you're not very athletic.
That's not true. I'm extremely athletic, but I just can't field because I'm a soccer goalie. At my entire core of my mindset, years as a competitive soccer goalie. So I tend to want to catch the baseball like a soccer ball, and it creates problems.
Should have brought those big muffs that are gloves.
I do. I tend to flip the glove over and open up my arms to catch it. Like it's crazy, and then I'll get hit in the chest with it. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I got traded. I was on your team, Randy. Or right? Wasn't that your team? You weren't there that day. But I was on a vet team and they traded me.
That's the best story.
Matt, they traded
to
me.
who, the Russians?
No, to some other team.
Leslie and Brittany Griner
another country, Alec.
They called me up. I know exactly what it's like for professional athletes because I got a phone call. You go over to the phone call, you're getting a good mood and everything. They're like, hey, this is the veterans team.
Remember our 7:00 game tonight? Your game's now at 9.
Yeah, we're gonna trade you. We're sending you to the so-and-so team. And I'm like, dude, it's a recreational league. You're trading me? That's exactly what happened. The worst part was that literally half of the team had missing limbs. And I was
And that's the team she got traded off of.
It's true.
You got traded because you have limbs.
It was so bad. Our pitcher had one arm and he was better than me. It was the veterans. It's true.
Well, I mean,
it's a true story.
I'm sure that, I mean, Jim Abbott was better with one hand, one arm than others.
I could hit though.
Okay.
I could hit. I just can't field. And I think they thought they were going to get a lot of press because I was on television at the time.
And then they said, she's awful.
Not worth it. They're like, no press in the world is worth having her in the field.
They should have just moved you to the parking attendant.
They moved me completely away from the team 100%.
Okay, from one holy crap
One
moment
guy
to
had
another.
one leg. He ran faster.
Did you
than me.
watch SummerSlam? Either one of you?
No.
I think I saw it.
It was pretty big.
You think you saw
Well,
it?
I watched something on Netflix the other day. I think it was the first night of Netflix debut. Was it Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think
And
it
then
was on
SummerSlam
Netflix.
was after that. And then there was like a new documentary where it's behind the scenes of the Raw. So it's kind of like 3 different series right now on Netflix, all wrestling related.
Okay, but let's talk about the end of SummerSlam, where I think it's
CM Punk?
awful.
Was that the
Well, no,
CM Punk?
CM Punk was Saturday.
Okay.
With he finally wins the title after
He
forever and
won.
then loses it 12 seconds
I
later.
saw him last week at the fairgrounds. He was at the CFFC last week.
Yeah.
And now
Did
he's
he
a
know?
champion.
Did he have the script yet?
He didn't tell me, but
Okay. But yeah, he's not the champ now.
Oh, he's not?
No, he lost it instantly.
Dang it.
So he won it. And then what's his name? The guy that we've met at the Super Bowl. Can't think of his name.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins came out, used the briefcase, beat him up a little bit.
Okay.
It's the Money in the Bank. He's now your champ. The thing that they're showing it right now. So this whole spiel about John Cena turning heel.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I was told a little bit something about it earlier today out at $1 that there was supposed to be. See, he's got the title now. He's on the 4-letter network.
Cody Rhodes.
So Cody, wins the belt back from Cena.
Is that Dusty Rhodes' son?
Yes. And hence the last name Rhodes.
He looks great, by the way.
And then Cena,
Just throwing that
who
out there.
turned into a heel, now is back to the babyface. Now that he ran that out, which I thought was a bad move. Everybody wants to be a heel, but it was a bad move, I think, for his legacy.
Why? Why do you think?
Well, because he's did all those Make-A-Wish. He's done all those things. And ironically, when Cody Rhodes was on the 4-letter network before SummerSlam, they asked him about him turning heel. And he said that he doesn't ever see it coming. He'll never say never. But because of that, you have to. I'm waiting for a very important call.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. Your replacement's trying to call in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Thought you were waiting for an Uber Eats.
Yeah. No. Where is my food? So, but Cody said, everything that he's done and the Make-A-Wishes and all that, it does affect. They wanted to turn Goldberg back in the day. And he said he didn't. He refused it because of the Make-A-Wish, because, all these children, that's their wish of anything in the world. They want to meet one of these wrestlers. And now he's a heel.
Well, and at the intro of that Netflix series, Cody Rhodes is on record and they're saying, how are you? He's like, I'm terrible. He's like, but I don't have a brain injury. I don't have a concussion, and my spine and my legs work. So I can't complain, right?
That's good.
So like that's the hook to get you to tune in to like click the episode. But it's Cody Rhodes talking about the risk of what it's like to be a professional wrestler.
Which we're aware of.
And if we know anything about Hogan, I mean,
I was just going to say.
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
if anything highlights the importance of protecting your neck, your cervical, and your spine, it was the passing of Hulk Hogan.
And let's be honest, talking about Cody Rhodes, and we talk about the story when I talked to Kyle Petty and the name, and the name opens doors and this, that, the other. Cody Rhodes had a really tough haul at the very beginning. Dustin was already there, so now you got the older brother and the legend father. And so he was kind of backed in, and that's why he left to AEW and helped in him and Jeff Jarrett were two of the biggies, that first went there at the very beginning to build AEW. And then for him to return and in their readings, finish his story and win the title and blah, 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 blah. I like that he was able to do that. I like how he was able to come back from being beat down because he was Virgil Reynolds' son.
And you know what I liked about him? I don't know if you know Crispy Pizza in Brooklyn. There's a chain of pizza shops, but Cody was in there doing like the same celebrity make a pizza like I used to do in my restaurants. And so he made his own pizza and he put the slices in and was talking to the fans. So it's cool to see the engagement of professional athletes and pizza.
All right, now back to Leslie.
Well, I just was thinking, we were talking about John Cena, the whole heel turn and everything. I don't think it was a good thing. It's 20 years. It's keeping him relevant. It is in a sense like 20 years as babyface.
Isn't he a heel when it comes to dating? I mean, doesn't he like make his girlfriends like sign prenuptials and like documents way more than Travis Hunter, who apparently is maybe on the brink of divorce after 3 months of marriage.
Prenuptials, that's like marriage though. What do you mean? Like,
well, like he made apparently his girlfriend signed a 75-page document of move in.
It was one of the Bella twins, right?
I think it was Nikki.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Bella twins.
Yeah, he made her sign a document that said if you move out or your guest can't stay. I mean, he has like a whole legal document of sharing a living quarters.
See, even more relevant to turning heel. That's what I'm saying.
So if he's a heel in real life, he should be a heel on the
maybe
fake
so,
one.
right?
On the fake one.
I used to work with somebody that did his hair.
Oh my God, that must have been 2 seconds.
And it was like, you can't look at him, you can't talk to him. This is alleged, but it is what I was told.
He snaps on people like when they record him walking through an airport or public, he's like, you can't do that without asking. You should ask first. Like he just kind of
he's
loses
out of
it.
his. Really, I didn't know that.
I've seen that video.
And that's not part of an act.
No, I think that's just him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think
he's worse than Ferrigno.
I think no. I'm going to disagree.
Yeah, you think Ferrigno's worse?
Lou is like that too. Lou Ferrigno, he seems like such a nice guy.
He was cool to us to a certain point.
Yeah.
But
still grumpy.
Yeah, he is.
Still turning green.
That's hilarious.
You wouldn't like him green.
I know.
Why wouldn't I like?
I had a big crush on Bill Bixby when I was a little girl. I called, when you used to call 411 and for information, I used to ask for his number and they'd be like, there's not a Bill Bixby in Brandon, Florida.
They said, Leslie, enough already. How many times are you going to try to hunt this guy down?
Like, steal home, go.
I was 6. I used to call information for math problems and everything, and they would help me on the phone back in the 70s.
Okay, so to finish up about SummerSlam.
Yeah.
The ending of Sunday night. Okay, so after Cena loses, and they hug and they kiss and they shake and then you heard the music. And he's been gone for, I believe, a year and a half was the return of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
And from what I understand, very few people knew. So the reactions by the commentators, they didn't know. When they heard that music, they're like, holy crap. Because, he was involved in that lawsuit. The whole Vince McMahon pushing Vince out and, all that kind of stuff. So he's been gone, since then.
There's something about Vince that crashes Bentley when he heard the news of Hulk Hogan passing. Like he just got in a car wreck, like driving excessively. I mean, there's some kind of online.
Wasn't on the Courtney Campbell Causeway, was it?
No.
I believe he was in a 3-car crash. Now, whether it had anything to do with the news of Terry Bollea, I don't know.
That's a speculation.
I don't know.
That's what the internet's saying, and the internet's never wrong.
Oh, yeah. That
right.
Wikipedia.
Oh, and AI is always right, too. Tony Dungy apparently drafted Peyton Manning, according to AI.
Listen, the internet has a better batting average than you do. Okay.
Well, that's true.
Everybody. I can hit. I can't field. That's the issue.
The internet can be right once. Just once. And its batting average is better than Leslie's.
True.
Jeez, guys. You look like I was a hitter. Come on. I could hit. I just couldn't field. That was the problem. I got on base. I could run too.
Run to what? The store?
Then I ran to the next.
Run to 7-Eleven.
You guys are horrible. Jeez Louise.
It's beautiful timing. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. If any luck, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the UFC strawweight, and you are listening to the Knockout Radio.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville.
What's up, guys? This is Justin the Highlight Gaethje, and you're about to get KO'd by Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back coming to you live from the, I almost said Cool Breeze. I'll be in the Cool Breeze studio next week when we when we attempt. I don't know what will happen 2 weeks from now, but next week we're going to attempt the live stream on our YouTube channel where we'll all be in different locations across the country and across the world.
I'm excited.
To move off of wrestling, before we do it, WWE pay-per-views are now going to ESPN.
Okay.
UFC is leaving ESPN.
Okay.
WWE is going to ESPN, and ESPN just acquired the NFL network.
Oh.
The Red Zone.
I hate the Red Zone.
All of that comes to ESPN in exchange for 10% equity. I feel like I'm on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
10% equity of ESPN.
Well, I saw yesterday, Major League Baseball is now running a special that you for $34.
They'll pay you?
Well, $34. You can get access for the rest of the season. So they're really, hurting for viewership.
It's not necessarily that. They always do it towards the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
It's just a money grab.
Yeah.
Most people, let's be honest, most people already have it. If you're a baseball fan or a football fan,
right.
You have it at the beginning of the season, not 3 weeks from the end.
And I did see baseball had an event in a NASCAR field this week. Is that in Atlanta? Was that the Braves played somebody?
Couldn't tell you.
What?
I couldn't tell you.
How can you not know?
Because it's baseball.
But you're an Atlanta guy.
I'm not an Atlanta guy.
You got informants up there.
Look, guys, baseball is so stinking long. I mean, this is the thing about baseball. I just like to go to baseball in
eat
person.
And drink.
Yeah, no kidding. And have a nice time. You know what I mean? And I love the Rays at Steinbrenner Field. First of all, I can walk to it because I live right there. But I love it outdoors. It's a little hot, I know, but it's just wonderful. But I don't care about the games until freaking September.
It's not that baseball is long. It's baseball is boring.
No, not in person. It's it's relaxing.
You know what the best part of the game? And I think I talked about this.
It's boring. That's why it's relaxing.
Golf is boring.
The best part when my son and I went to when the Rays played our local team, the Phillies, at Steinbrenner Field was the brawl for the practice baseball. When the outfielder, they were warming up, they threw it into the stands, hit a lady in the hands, it bounced off. Well, it was going to her.
Oh, in the hands. Okay.
It hit her in the hands. She couldn't catch. Typical Rays fan. It bounced off of her, and a Rays fan dove in, got all scuffed up and stuff, got the ball. Then they demanded that he return the ball.
To who? To her?
Yeah.
She couldn't catch it.
Have I made it clear that the person holding the ball is a Philadelphia Philly fan?
Oh,
do you think he returned that?
no.
So then
Did
it got
he go
ugly.
beat up the woman?
No, well, here's the best part. There was an ejection. He was asked to leave. They got thrown out.
Of course
Not
he
the
did.
guy who got the baseball. The lady's son got ejected.
And was she the Philly fan?
No, the Philly fan was the dude
Why
who
did
ended
the
up with it.
son get ejected?
He was demanding the ball was meant for his mom.
Oh.
And it got a little.
I bet Leslie's one-armed teammate could have caught that ball. I bet he wouldn't have dropped it.
The one-armed teammate could have thrown it and caught it.
He was great. You guys, he was awesome.
Did he play in the Def Leppard band?
He was like
he
the
a drummer?
He was the
drummer.
guitar. No, they already have a one-armed drummer. Now they have the one-armed
He
guitar
was a
player.
pitcher, and he was awesome.
Were you surprised, speaking of, I don't know why I'm now going into Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy's funeral was streamed. Give me your thoughts on, are you okay? Hogan's was not. And according to Brooke, Hogan didn't even want one.
That's wild.
Hogan didn't even want a funeral.
Yeah. Well, and I'm like that. I'm dead. I don't care.
Yeah, but it's not about you at that point.
I thought that's what it's about, the
No.
dead person.
That's what it's all about.
It's not.
The whole purpose of
It's
funeral
not.
garden
Purpose is the
for
dead
you.
person.
Yeah,
No,
right.
it's not. No, it's not about funerals. Are not about the dead people. They're about the people who were left behind.
Then why does the dead person's family have to pay for the shindig?
Why does the dead person
the
have to be
food?
there?
Because
Why is the dead person got to be there?
They need closure. They need closure, and they need, a place to commemorate because they're in pain. They're in emotional pain. So that's why we have funerals.
All right, on your own time, leave the dead body, or in Hogan's
Look, you
case,
could be
the urn.
cremated.
Listen.
Or I hate cremated funerals. My mom had one. I love my mom to death, but I tell you what, I like to see the body, and I like to go to the cemetery and visit, like
Well,
not just
you can
look at a
still-
picture,
you can
man.
still visit
it
in the
ain't
urn.
the same when it's divided amongst
hold on.
5 of us, and
Hold
it's a
on.
little piece.
Hold on.
It's
Hold on.
weird.
Hold on. Take a breath. If it's a box or an urn, it's the same thing.
You're still inside.
You're not looking at the ashes. You're not looking at
Maybe
the
because-
worms going into the body, the eye sockets and stuff.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is at the funeral, not in the ground. But yeah, it's different when you go. Okay, when you go to the cemetery and you can't sit there on the ground in the beautiful, and you have to go over to a vault where just her name is,
No,
and
you
it's
don't.
behind it. Yeah, that's how it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? That's exactly how it is. My mom's name is up on a little vault.
Okay.
And next to her, and I just stare at the name. I'm like in a cement area, and I got to go out, and then I
I'm gonna
can't
kill
sit.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in your vault.
I am too, because I love Leslie to death, and she doesn't know what she's talking about.
What do you mean? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Have you ever been to the VA? The VA in St. Pete?
I'm talking about my mom's cemetery, like
But
where I go.
You're saying cremated people go up into the cement walls.
Yeah.
At the VA, you're in the ground.
Oh, I like that a lot better.
Well, okay.
I like that a lot
hold
better.
on. But here's the question: Why did Hogan get
Talking
cremated
cremation
No.
with Randy.
No, but why did? That's Randy's next weight cut, by the way, for MMA fans.
I see. I lied that whole time because I've had a 42-pound weight cut, and it wasn't my
The
cremation.
whole what we started on was Ozzy. Okay, that's the point.
No,
of
we're
it.
talking about the funeral.
How come Hogan was cremated before the showing? I mean, he didn't die of like a rare disease where like it was a contaminant to the population.
That's how they do
Like,
it.
yeah, but come on, for such a big public figure, you would think they would have an open casket for the family, then cremate, right? I mean, wouldn't it be a process?
Hold on a second. The family.
No, then they
the
have
family
to embalm him
constitutes
first. And
3 people,
I think.
and one didn't show.
Okay.
Which one
Well,
didn't
Sky
show?
is his
Brooke.
wife.
Sky and Nick. That's the family.
Brooke.
He doesn't
And
have an
Brooke
aunt and
wasn't
an
there.
uncle. He
And his
doesn't have
chihuahua.
anybody
Well,
else.
Linda was there.
Oh,
How does
come on.
Linda come to the
your
funeral?
family is not just your immediate family. It means you got cousins and you got your whole family. You got aunts, you got uncles, you got grandparents, you got come on, nieces and nephews. You see, that's not it for him.
But it's odd because a guy that's so public, like Biggie Smalls, when he got killed, they actually did a procession through Brooklyn and
Yeah.
everybody came out. I expected them to do some kind of parade or something in Clearwater, the city of brotherly love.
First of all, it's not.
It is.
Second, we went
We're
to
petitioning to
It
change
should
that.
be.
we went to
I like that,
Hogan's.
Matt.
We went to
There you go.
Hogan's shop. You and I went to Hogan's shop
Yeah.
2 days after the death, and you wouldn't have known he died.
Yeah, but last night Dennis Rodman was there. Jeff Jarrett was there. I mean, all the guys came in town. Tito Ortiz was here last night at Hogan's Hangout. So, like so after the ceremony. But what I'm saying is,
who's bigger, Ozzy or Hogan?
Oh, got to be Hogan.
You think that's a tough
globally.
one. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Rock and roll's big overseas, though.
Ozzy was huge.
Yeah, they're both huge.
And he kept himself relevant with the Osbournes and with Sharon and continually.
Yeah,
I am going to say Hogan.
Really?
I think Hogan.
For impact.
I think Hogan, and my son corrected me, and of course he was wrong as well. I think the death of Hulk Hogan, to me, which means I'm not wrong because this is to me, the death of Hulk Hogan is as big as when Elvis Presley died.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, now you're going to start her up again.
You're out of your mind.
I think she bought clothes from his garage sale.
Okay. This is just the craziest thing I've ever heard, Randy. When Elvis Presley died, for days, for weeks, for months, and to this day, you had lines around Graceland. Okay, just for people to pass in front of him and pay their respects. Elvis Presley was the biggest entertainer in the world
out at Hogan's hangout
there was at least two up on the patio.
There wasn't
burning their feet.
The funeral procession, like people, it was insane. People came from all over the world. Nobody's even.
All right, let's all go to Hogan's house. Let's go.
I know.
Let's go march around Hogan's house.
No, but
I can't even. I'm done talking about it because it's such a ridiculous thing to say.
No, I think Elvis was bigger.
Elvis was bigger. I'm
Elvis.
not saying that Hogan was bigger than Elvis. I'm just saying I think he's the biggest person like Elvis was back then. Hulk Hogan, and Hogan wasn't. I wasn't attached to Terry.
Yeah.
My guy was Randy. Your guys was Terry. I just think Hulk Hogan, massive name, massive figure worldwide
for sure. No question.
Sure, but not not like Elvis Presley.
I'll bet you there's a lot of kids who had no idea who Elvis Presley was back in the day.
If he wasn't wearing his bell bottoms and
his Bruce, they were suede shoes.
If he wasn't dressed like Evil Knievel, he
was a hot Evil Knievel.
But if you didn't recognize him, if he wasn't wearing his outfit,
Elvis Presley, you guys, Elvis Presley, when he did Elvis from Hawaii, it was the very first satellite show that the entire world could see in China. Like, he entertained the entire world, and he was the first person to ever do that. Everyone, he had billions of people.
I feel like I'm at a baseball game.
Billions of people watching him for the Elvis in Hawaii show. Like, this was
billions.
Billions.
Billions
and billions. Yes, I'm not kidding.
Billions.
Yes, sir.
Let's Google that.
Yeah.
Google it.
You don't understand. It was all over the world.
You're talking
We're talking China. We're
talking in the 60s.
What do you want to know? How many
Elvis
people?
in Hawaii.
Elvis in
many
Hawaii.
people?
How many billions of people watched? You get that. We'll hit this break. Coming to you live from the Tan Talk Radio Networks. This is Hulk Hogan, Elvis Presley Hour, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Cal Ripken Jr., and you're listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. You want to have a drink? Where do you go? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it? That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, If you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8-man strong.
Hi, this is Vinny LeCavalier, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back getting ready to close out hour number one. I was out at Buccaneer training camp, which comes to the end. So tomorrow the Titans are in town. They play the Titans on Saturday, and then there's only maybe 1 or 2 more days of training camp. But how about the controversy? And we can discuss this for a couple minutes. So Teddy Bridgewater gets suspended as the football coach down in Miami. Just stupidity.
Okay.
Because he was helping his players. He might have bought him food or he bought him a T-shirt. Who cares? Well, now he is fighting for the backup job as your Tampa Bay Buccaneer quarterback.
Oh, man, it's Teddy Bridgewater. He might be the starter. I mean, we're talking about like explosiveness feet, like extending the play, exploding the field. I mean, he can get out of the pocket like your boy
guy is a moron.
Like Maybaker can't do with that stuff.
Maybaker.
Mayweather, whatever.
Maybaker.
Mayflower, whatever his name is.
Mayflower.
Listen, what I'm saying is you got a playmaker in Bridgewater, and he's going to push that tempo. I think we win more games with Teddy.
Randy, what do we do?
He's doing it just around.
We win more games with Teddy.
You're a moron.
You want to put a bet on him?
Yes, I do.
Hopefully he'll never play. Okay, because
Baker,
hopefully we won't
bet
need
you
him.
Anything you want. Okay.
Okay.
That Mayweather, Bridgewater, bookkeeper, whatever you want to call him,
the Baker
doesn't even. He won't start a game that Baker Mayfield is healthy at.
Well,
unless the season's over.
I didn't say Baker was going to be healthy. I mean, if he gets hurt and goes down, Teddy steps in. We win more games with Teddy behind center than with Mayweather. Maybach.
What are you talking about?
What's his name?
Baker
How can you say
Baker
that?
Mayfield.
How can you say,
Damn
other than if he's injured? Of course he's going to win games if Baker's injured. The whole object is to have a decent backup. The guy who's been your backup.
He'll be a good backup.
I think he'll be a better backup than Trask.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We don't know. Trask has never played.
And neither did Griffin.
He's played some. He played behind.
It's called mop-up duty.
Look, when you're
one-handed softball player and or yourself could probably go in on
when
mop-up.
you're behind Tom Brady, you need to be great when you come out of there. I mean, it's kind of like Aaron Rodgers under Brett Favre. I think you do. I think if you can't be great watching some of the greatest, like Steve Young, Joe Montana.
You two are in the same boat.
No, when Steve.
And it's going down.
The greatest of all was Joe Montana.
Who was the backup quarterback for Peyton Manning? Who was the backup quarterback for Peyton Manning?
Exactly. Todd Helton.
You have no idea.
At the University of Tennessee, it was Todd Helton.
No, I'm talking about at Indianapolis.
I don't know who it is, actually.
Yeah, exactly. I thought he was supposed to be wonderful if he's been picking splinters behind Peyton.
No, what I'm saying is you should be. And Trask just never got, so you got to let it go. It's
rarer for what happened with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. When you have that
Joe Montana
franchise,
and Steve
Young. Okay, so that's 2. And Steve Young, because he was awful here in Tampa. If he would have been better here, he probably wouldn't have gone there. You don't have a great quarterback.
Wasn't any good here, so get out of here.
You don't have a great quarterback sit the bench behind a great quarterback because he's never going to get in the game. So it's very, very rare.
Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe.
Well, but Tom Brady wasn't a very good quarterback. That's why he was drafted 199th.
He was a great quarterback. He just wasn't appreciated. No, he was great. He was great at Michigan. He had to fight for it. It was so stupid.
Yeah, because the head coach didn't even want him on the team.
Yeah, neither did. Look, he wins how many Super Bowls, and they still cut him from the freaking. There's a weird thing with him. He was great from the get-go. Once he got into Michigan, he was fantastic in Michigan.
When did he get cut?
The Pats let him go. And he went to Tampa. That's what I mean.
They traded him. They didn't cut him.
Well, come on. He's the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL, and they still don't appreciate him after all of his wins. That's why we came here. You would be an
awful general manager.
Whatever.
Because if a player says, I'm retiring, I don't want to play here anymore, I'm done. See ya. And you can get anything for him, you trade him. Same thing with Gronkowski. He was done. He's not playing in New England.
Wait a minute. Tom wanted to continue playing in New England. Tom Brady. What are you talking
Him
about?
and Bill.
He didn't go and retire, dear.
He got traded
because he wanted to play. He was hurt about it. This is a common knowledge. So he comes here and says "F you" and shows them what they screwed up on. And it was true. They never should have traded him. They were out of their minds. He did not want to be traded. They were idiots, just like they were idiots back when they drafted in at 199. He should have been drafted in the top 10. He was incredible in Michigan. He should have been, just because he was slow.
And drafted
in the top 10. He was incredible in Michigan. He should have been, just because he was slow.
And drafted almost as bad as 199 is Sanders in Cleveland, who will be getting the start for the first preseason game, having the opportunity. If he goes out and balls in that game and becomes the starter, it's what I predicted draft night. What a heist by the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
But he's got to go out and produce. He can't go out there and be mediocre.
You got to beat Flacco. I mean, a veteran, Super Bowl champion, a guy knows how to play.
That's been a backup, but he's been a backup too.
But he knows how to play the game at the highest level. So it's going to be a big challenge for him. But if he does with athleticism and he makes some good decisions, he's got a great shot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Sanders here. I got video of him being coached today.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Missing blocks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kind of being lackluster.
Well.
And it was on a punting, and he didn't really block the guy. He just kind of stood there, and coach came over, and the next one, it was better. It wasn't great, but it was better. You can see that, by the way, on our YouTube channel.
Okay. Well,
It's
it's pretty bloody hot out there too. I mean, it's so crazy, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
The heat is just unbelievable. By the way, more importantly than any of this, let's go back to Elvis Presley. Okay. Because I know
he's dead.
We came back. We left the break, and I said that there was billions. You didn't even believe it. And how many people watched the Elvis in Hawaii? Billions. Over a billion.
No, that's
billions.
Not billion.
It is. 1.5 is
it's
billions.
Not billions.
Hold on. Let me
It's where you round up.
No.
Oh, we round up.
You got to round up. It's 1.5 billion and one.
No.
Okay. You're McDonald's served.
You're missing. More people watch
Like
Elvis in Hawaii than McDonald's served. Here's the difference, guys, too. It was a cultural phenomenon. It was the very first event to be. It was in Asia. It was in Europe. It was in 1973. Because you said that Hulk Hogan's was bigger than Elvis.
I never said that.
What did you say about Asia?
It was in Asia, too.
You've been canceled.
Elvis in Hawaii.
How do they know what he's saying? How do they
don't. It's like that today.
1973,
it's like,
they translate it?
It's like that today. They still listen to American music, even though they don't know it. I listen to, what about 99 Luftballons? I remember that 99 Luftballons. There was that was in that was Germany. I sang that song, and that was in the 80s.
There's
and then
more people watching the Savannah Bananas than Elvis Presley's 1973.
You guys, split. First of all, there's just a tiny portion of the people
Elvis
back then
is
than
in
there
the
is
next
now.
Savannah Bananas.
Okay,
he's going to come out in the yellow. He's going to come out in the yellow. He's got a big yellow jumpsuit.
Yeah, I tell you what, and some people might, when he comes out, they might think it's a cantaloupe. But listen, it was 1973. Nothing had ever been done like that. It was the very first time anyone could watch a show all over the world. It was a cultural phenomenon.
Okay, that's great.
Over a billion and a half.
Let's go back to Canton.
More than that, because that's just the TVs. But then if there's 5, and then China, there's 20 people in front of the TV over there,
Was
and
it on
so
Netflix?
yeah, so it's more than a billion.
It's not on Netflix. All right, I want to just real quick
go back to
back to the NFL Hall of Fame. I'm sure you didn't know this. Antonio Gates is the first player to go into the Hall of Fame that never played college football. Did you know that?
No.
How about that?
Antonio Gates never played college football.
Never played.
So he come from
Ohio.
Where did he come through? What did he come through? The Canadian League or something?
No,
what's his background?
He never played college
He just
football.
walked on
He
pro.
played basketball. And one of the coach at San Diego.
That's a good stat.
Did he go to Ohio State though?
I think it was like Michigan or I don't think it was Ohio State.
Guy's an athlete, man.
How about Google that instead of how many people know how to spell
I just had
Elvis?
to tell you I was right.
Yeah, he didn't play college football, and he was a power forward, and they loved his size. And they're like, let's give this a shot.
He still got drafted higher than Brady.
I don't know.
Gosh, probably.
It's kind of like Rudy.
45, so
it's kind of like
Rudy about the same age.
But can we go back to the training camp? Because
sure,
like these coaches are still training with an old mindset.
No, they're not.
Of repetition, too much time in the heat, too much. Another high school player just died this week because of heat exhaustion.
I disagree. It's not too much time in the heat.
It is.
There's a lot of break time in between.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
It's plenty.
They're not keeping up with evolution. Like there's still old mentality. They're rock 'em, sock 'em robot. Too much brain concussion. Too much CT. They're
not hitting.
And exposure.
The weather's a big issue, and in these heat advisories, you shouldn't be out in them. You shouldn't be outside playing during heat advisories. Period.
That's it. Yeah,
you're damaging. And look, if you want to do it,
risk.
Hold on, I got an update.
You can do it during.
I got an
game.
update. I need to read this. The Savannah Bananas are in Denver this weekend.
Okay,
and they're working at Dunkin' Donuts on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Can we get out there in time and go get
I do a banana donut. Oh, can you imagine banana filled, like a banana custard filled donut? They should create that. Oh my God, with chocolate on top.
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
My goodness.
I was on the assumption you didn't like bananas.
I love bananas.
Okay.
What are you talking about? Just have to be the right. They just have to be the right ones.
What do you want?
You are the dumbest person.
Why am I a dumb guy?
Oh my God.
I know what we're getting at here.
What do you mean we? You are a moron.
All right, so listen, Antonio Gates, 16-year career as a tight end. Wow, that's a pretty fascinating. 2003 to 2018. He's named to the Pro Bowl 8 times.
You know what the best part of Antonio Gates' speech was? And I was floored by it. And so I texted somebody and I said, you're basically the same age as Antonio Gates. You're both from Detroit. Is Antonio Gates talking about you right now at his speech? And he said, yeah, I guess so. He mentioned Dwight Smith a few times.
Oh.
That's like his childhood buddy, that there was a couple that they hung out together. They played ball together, this, that, the other. And that floored me even more than he didn't play college ball, is that he's talking about Dwight Smith and then Dwight's like, yeah, I'm in the middle of a bowling tournament. I'll call you later. But yeah,
okay. Well,
have a lot of people thought he was and should have been the Super Bowl MVP. Dwight Smith, good friend.
Did Sterling Sharp give Shannon Sharp his gold jacket? Does he now have 2 gold jackets?
That's what he said. He said you're the first person to have 2 gold jackets. Yep.
Wow. All right. So Gates
and the other one shouldn't have had it. Sterling Sharp should not be in the Hall of Fame.
Whoa! Wow! Why?
Because he retired. He was eligible 73 decades ago. And I stand by what I've always said.
73 decades.
Yeah. It's taken him 730 years to get into the Hall of Fame. If you can't get in the Hall of Fame within, give me a number. Give me a realistic number.
Like 3 years.
I'll go 5.
All right, 5 years.
I'll go 5 years.
If you're not a first ballot Hall of Famer within 5 years,
listen,
well, then you wouldn't be a first ballot, you moron.
Second ballot.
Well,
or
listen,
5th ballot.
I don't agree because
Math is hard.
I think stuff gets political and people get overlooked.
Hey,
it's garbage.
You shouldn't have pissed people off.
Listen,
then.
no. Let me just give you an example about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Whoa,
that's just as dumb.
Give us the answer of like, what college did he go to?
Kent State.
Yeah, Kent
but he
State.
did, he went to Kent State. But he did do a brief stint at Eastern Michigan and also Michigan State.
All right, so
so it's junior year, he was at Kent State.
Look up where Kent State is and what it is.
You don't know Kent State?
I've never heard of Kent State. I know Kansas. I know Oklahoma.
Hold on. Military guy here. He's never heard of Kent State.
What Kent
you know
State?
what we have heard of?
Kent State is so famous.
You know what we have heard of?
Because
it's break time. This is Knockout Radio, brought to anybody but these two knuckleheads.
51 states.
We'll be right back.
Kent State. I didn't know.
Wow,
learn something new.
The National Guard killed.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Juice Smith-Schuster, man. Shout out to Knockout Radio. Turn up.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way. 8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. Fort Stewart says 5 soldiers were shot today at the huge Georgia Army facility, an attack that triggered a lockdown. A suspect's in custody. The victims have been taken to a hospital. WTOC TV reporter Shay Schrader.
Memorial Hospital in Savannah is where any victims of this mass shooting will be treated. Memorial is the only level 1 trauma center in the area, though there is a hospital on base, Wynn Army Hospital at Fort Stewart.
Well, now to Washington. Apple says it's going to be adding $100 billion to its investment in product production here in the U.S.
President Trump and Apple CEO Tim Cook are expected to announce details at the White House later this afternoon, focusing on bringing more of Apple's supply chain and manufacturing into the U.S. Apple already said back in February it would invest $500 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years and hire 20,000 U.S.-based workers, so total investment would be $600 billion. Apple currently supports more than 450,000 jobs with suppliers and partners in all 50 states. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
The Kremlin calls a meeting between a top U.S. envoy and Vladimir Putin constructive as a Trump deadline for Russia to stop the war in Ukraine closes in. CBS's Olivia Gazis is at the State Department.
It's unclear whether the Russians in that conversation today offered any sort of concession. There were reports that they might try to float a proposal of a partial cessation, an air truce, a stop to drone and missile attacks in particular. But as of right now, the fighting continues in Ukraine, even ahead of this Friday deadline looming.
There's pushback from relatives of an Epstein accuser as his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, speaks to the Justice Department and seeks clemency. Sky Roberts is the brother of Virginia Giuffre, who died by suicide in April. He tells CBS Mornings.
She would physically get involved with her and other survivors out there and physically assault them. And that's, it's a big reason she described her, I think she put it best, as a monster.
Well, sources say Maxwell said nothing incriminating about President Trump in her Justice Department interview. Now to Japan. CBS's Anna Koren covered the ceremony to mark 80 years since the atomic bomb attack on Hiroshima.
There was a very moving ceremony this morning. The Japanese Prime Minister spoke. There were many dignitaries in the crowd. The UN Secretary General was also in attendance, but I think most importantly were the survivors. There are less than 100,000 atomic bombing survivors.
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Hi, this is Bob Eubanks, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, 1 hour down, 2 hours to go, getting ready to head out to via the phone lines to Las Vegas, Nevada. UFC on ESPN 72. 72 of those, X amount of fight nights, X amount of pay-per-views.
It's dizzying to keep track. I mean, just so much stimulation, so much content. I mean, it's hard to keep track. Don't you think? I mean, back in the day, it's just like boxing. And then UFC comes along, and then it's MMA. And now there's like so many. I mean, now there's combat nights, and there's karate combat, and there's Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, there's so many different disciplines.
JT's got it going out there.
Yeah, so many things to like just to occupy your free time when you're watching TV. Everybody's fighting for that same time slot. It's a lot to keep track of all these different events.
But there's fans for all.
Yeah.
But there's the NFL of the sport and another event this weekend, UFC on ESPN 72. And since the two of you have brought me down to the dumps this last hour, I need something to really perk me up. And the only person that can do it, and she always does it every time she comes on. So welcome back to the program, Angela Hill. Angela, how are you?
And how are you guys?
Not too bad. Another fight week, and we always, talk about that. Is it easier to get through a fight week now, or because you've done it so many times, is it harder, or is it the same?
It kind of ebbs and flows. It's hard to, get yourself out of a funk if you feel like you start to stagnate. But once you feel like you have momentum, it gets a little more exciting again. So with as many fights as I have, it can be a bit of a roller coaster ride. But I got to say, I'm feeling good this fight week. I feel like confident. I feel relaxed. Like I'm just checking in for another day in the office. So yeah, it's a good one. You caught me on a good week this time. Sometimes it's not the best, but you still get through it.
And how about the difference of fighting at the Apex versus fighting over in a big arena? Obviously, the crowd's different. Do you have to prepare differently when it's in the Apex?
A little bit. I think one thing that I don't have to worry about is hearing my corners, because in a big arena, things could be going crazy. Your corners could be yelling for you to do the complete opposite thing, and you won't hear it because the crowd's going wild. But I like that. I kind of like being in the wildness of the crowd. So when I come into the Apex, it's a little more chill. There's less people. Every now and then you hear the crowd react to something, but you really have to count on getting yourself to that level where you can perform. And if you rely on the crowd hyping you up, then you got to find other ways to get yourself hyped up. So that's kind of been my journey since I've been kind of stuck in the Apex for the last handful of fights. And it's worked, just knowing that, okay, this might affect you. So preparing for that and doing the things that you need to do to just get out there and perform as if you're in front of a million people, that helps a lot.
So Angela, a lot of people don't know that the Apex is actually a 25-foot octagon and the one in the arenas, are 30 foot. So does that change strategy for you? You have obviously familiar with the 25-foot apparatus, but does it change your game plan going into it?
Not really. I think in the beginning, when I was more afraid of the takedown and more afraid of the grappling, I liked having a big cage because I could run. But nowadays it's kind of the same. And if anything, the cage that I train at home is closer to 25 foot than 30. So it just feels more familiar. So I like that. I like having enough space to play around and strike, but also enough, not enough space to pin them up against the fence and beat them up there and find places to score there. So, I like the small cage just because there's less miles to travel, but either way, I feel comfortable.
Is it still, you mentioned how many fights you've had and obviously a veteran of the sport. Is it still fun, fight week and the fight, the reward on Saturday, or, an very older UFC fighter, Marcus Jones, a friend of mine from the Tampa Bay Bucks that was there at UFC 100. He would always say, I'm not a fan of football. I'm just good at it. So is it still fun for you, or is this just you're good at it and let's go get paid?
I love it, man. I really love fighting. I think I wouldn't still be doing it if I didn't. And when I'm able to do what I've been working on in the cage, then it just gives you that really great, satisfying win. You know what I mean? And it doesn't even have to be the W itself, but just I've been working on this attack for so long, and then I pull it off against this person. The guillotine that I got a few fights back, I've been working on that for years for a totally different fight, and then I finally got it on someone. And yeah, there's no words to describe that high that you get from achieving something that you worked really hard on. So I think I love the merit-based kind of achievements of MMA. I love that there's always something to learn. I love that you can be extra creative with MMA more so than any other fighting sport. And yeah, you can't sport your way out of certain attacks. Like if you do Muay Thai, this type of dump is illegal. If you do boxing, you can't clinch. If you do wrestling, you can't submit people. In MMA, you can do it all. So it really leaves a lot to your imagination. And if you can pull it off in the cage, you become a legend.
You don't know how interesting that comment that you just said was, because, I was going to ask, can you ever be surprised and this, that, the other, but you just explained it, that you've been working on something for so long and you haven't been haven't had the opportunity to do it. And that gives even me a different aspect, a different look of the sport that I love and cover.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad I had some perspective. But I think every fighter who's still growing, still learning, they're the ones who end up lasting the longest. So when you see these guys who've been in the UFC for like 10 or 15 years, they were able to evolve with the sport and not just stagnate and just do the same thing over and over again and get figured out. And I think there was a little moment in my career where I was like, I feel like people are figuring me out. But now I feel like every time I go in there, I'm a different fighter. So it really is that chase of just becoming the best version of yourself. That's really the thing that keeps me hungry in this sport.
And Angela, this is Leslie here, when you're in there and you're getting pounded and maybe you're at a precipice, which is, happen all the time. But of course the guys are laughing at me. But when you're having one of those moments and where you think, this is really hurting, maybe I'm going to go down. Do you have any mental go-tos? Because I know the body, you rely back on your training and so forth, but I just kind of wanted to delve into your mental aspect of if you have anywhere that you go to get you out of those situations or to keep you going.
I feel like I've never been in a horrible situation like that. I think, well, maybe it's the mindset thing. Like, it might look like I'm getting pounded to someone else, but I'm just like, okay, let's grab this arm. Let's get an underhook. Let's, like, the punches are just a small distraction for what I'm actually trying to do to get out of that tough spot. So I think just the training takes over. You have good muscle memory from doing all your techniques, like all your escapes, all your like counters and everything. A lot of times that triggers, but if you do get stuck, you just have to like go through the motions like you're in day one, like you're explaining it to like a white belt, how to shrimp and escape the side control and how to like break the guard and get back up. It really does just come down to your training, and I feel like most people who make it to the UFC, they have really strong fundamentals. So as long as you're not so messed up that you're unconscious, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to go back to like those always going to work kind of moves and pull that off to get back to a good spot.
We are talking to Angela Hill back in the octagon this weekend, UFC on ESPN 72. Matt, before you ask your question, Angela, I just want you to know that I am going to make sure that Leslie gets to an MMA session, a training session, before next week's show.
Yeah, do it.
Oh my goodness.
So Angela,
it's fun.
It's good fun getting hit. Sure.
So Randy,
no, you get to hit them. That's
Exactly.
what you have to remember.
She needs to learn some of this stuff, so I'm going to get it taken care of. David Vieira is going to put her through a session.
I'll take it. I'll take it, guys.
So Angela,
It'll be great.
we're a small production here. We don't have a mathematician on staff. We do have a meteorologist in Leslie. But I'm out of questions for you. You've been on the show so many times. I think you've replaced Tito Ortiz and Wes Sims as the most appearances on Knockout Radio. I just want to say, do you have any questions for us?
What is your favorite Tito Ortiz quote?
Randy? That's your guy.
I know. I don't know. I thought you were going to come with what is your favorite fight. So I was prepared for that one.
No. Well, you can answer that instead.
All right. My favorite fight of all time is Matt Hughes, Frank Trigg.
Okay.
Just because of the emotion of, they're both are very good friends of mine. And I told them both, I'm going to be more upset for who loses than happy for who wins. the very beginning, Matt goes down. I'm thinking, holy crap, Matt. And about 30 seconds later, it's like, holy crap, Frank. And just my inner emotions, because I know, nobody knows anything when I'm at a fight covering it. I'm working. And so that would be mine. Not counting a fight that you were in, what is your favorite fight?
Probably the guillotine fight. I felt like I was counted out a bit in that fight, and no one expected me to get a submission, and like that's probably one of my bucket list things, like submission and head kick knockout and a couple other things. But that was on my list for things I need to do before I retire. So right now, that's one of my favorite fights.
I'm going to give you a couple fun quotes from Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I just looked them up. It's a classic.
I'm like, you guys must have something from the radio show that you just
I'm
that's
sure.
like an inside joke now or something. But
one of my favorites is I am the Muhammad Ali of MMA. That's a good one. But really, probably jealous of him. That's a great one. Jealous of him?
What about this one? He's reaching for the grapes. He's trying to make wine. And the wine is already sounding like a violin with that cheese and wine.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah. And Tito Ortiz is in town in Clearwater, where we're broadcasting live from, for Hulk Hogan's funeral yesterday. He was in town with Dennis Rodman. So are you a big wrestling fan? Were you a Hogan fan or a WWE fan?
I'm not a big wrestling fan, but people keep telling me to get into it. And I don't know. When you do real fighting, it's hard to watch the fake fighting.
No!
Like even in movies, I know it's hard. Like if I'm watching a movie, like I lost so much respect for a lot of actors that I thought were hot back in the day once I learned how to fight. And Ryan Gosling, you're so bad at throwing a punch. That's horrible,
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get to see you in some movies. That would be cool. Have you thought about that?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, getting into stunts or acting as well.
Yeah, well, I have a friend, Kat Sagano. She's been really pursuing like the stunt work and acting recently, and a lot of women from MMA. Like the most famous is probably like Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano.
Yeah.
But a lot of women in MMA started doing that. I think now that they're going against like the wigging thing, like they're making the stunt women, or they're giving more stunt women work. They need stunt women who could do the moves. So I think that would be awesome. I'm definitely interested in doing that once I'm done with fighting.
Well, how about this? As you're talking about it, Chris Lieben, Frank Trigg, they're all coming to mind. What about, there's been so many people saying that fighters should go into the reffing and the judging, and because there's so much controversy. Have you ever thought about that? 20 years from now when you're done fighting?
That's been a thought. I do feel like there's a lot of biases, though. So I think having a good mix is always good. Like having some people who don't fight but have just reffed forever, having some people who did fight, maybe all their friends aren't fighting anymore, so you don't have to worry about them being biased. But yeah, I definitely think that would be cool. But as much as I complain about judging, there's a lot of fights that'll happen. I'm like, oh, I bet that guy won, and I'm totally wrong. And no one online agrees with me, and no one like next to me agrees with me. So I'm like, hey, it must be a little harder than it looks. But yeah,
it definitely is. And I just judged last week, and I'm a licensed judge in the state of Florida. And as a judge, and I've talked to other judges, you never want to hear split decision. And when you do, you're hoping, that you're on the right side. That you're on the two, not on the one. So
Angela, so speaking of commission and regulatory, I mean, we talk about fake fighting. What about a guy like Sean Strickland who fights too much and went into the ring and actually fought after the fight was over? Your thoughts on his suspension, and was it appropriate?
No, I don't know what the guy said to trigger him, but there's nothing that is that important that you're going to run into the cage and make yourself look like a jerk by fighting someone who just fought your friend. It's especially at that level. Like maybe if it was a UFC fight and you could use that drama to promote your own fight against the guy or something like that, then I would be less surprised. But it was really disappointing to see that, and I feel like that kind of stuff just makes MMA fighters look bad. Like, you never want to see MMA fighter does blah 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 in the headlines. You know, it makes you feel like your profession is just a bunch of like Florida men. So
Like,
so I don't like. I didn't like
Florida
that at all.
men?
I was disappointed with them.
and that's what we obviously had to fight at the very beginning, you know, when the UFC first started, and, you know, how everybody was against it, and it's this and it's that. So I definitely agree with you that I was there. I happened to be there. You know, it was the Sunday after a UFC, you know, and saw it, and honestly couldn't even believe that it was him and Chris Curtis, you know, running in. So enough about that.
Yeah.
Final, let's talk about Saturday, your thoughts on your opponent, and, you know, next couple of days, you'll be back doing what you do best.
Yeah, I'm real excited. I feel like Lucinda was able to slip into the rankings without any really hard test until her last one. So I'm stoked. I feel like I have all the tools to beat her. I feel like my jiu-jitsu's better. I feel like my striking's better. I think as long as I'm sharp and on my toes, then I'll be able to get that win. But like, the most important thing is being able to perform well and do all the things that I've worked on in camp and before this camp. So I'm just excited to show out and show people that I'm still somebody that they need to be worried about in the division.
There you have it. Well, Angela, as always, thank you for your time. Looking forward to having you back on in about 6 weeks, you know, before your next fight. And
Let's go.
and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks so much for having me.
Take care. That is Angela Hill back in the octagon this weekend. I did forget to say, but she knows we'll send her the care package from 8 Man Strong for her time.
Always so great to talk with her.
All right, let's go try to get back on track. Coming to you live from the TAN Talk Radio Networks. This is Knockout Radio.
This is Mike Allstott, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. You want to have a drink? Where do you go? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it? That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Ferg and the whole gang at Ferg Sports Bar and Grill. Ferg Sports Bar and Grill.
Check out fantasypets.com, where fantasy meets cutting-edge technology. We create breathtaking 3D printed fantasy creatures that captivate hearts and minds, from the T-Rex to the dragons and the shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Reggie Bush, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
What's your problem? Your hate on Reggie Bush?
Well, he's had two liners coming out of break, and that's the most I've ever heard his name in history.
Since
ever since the tush
California.
push.
Yeah. He had nothing to do with the tush push.
Oh, he's a tush push guy.
Hey, does your nephew, cousin, what is he? Cousin, right?
Yeah.
Has he practiced the tush push? And he's not in on it because he's the long snapper.
Yeah,
he's not.
the long
He's not the
snapper.
center.
I have been watching some of his Facebook feeds.
I'm
He's
sure
out
you
there
have.
practicing. Yeah. You know, it's so great to see him out. Charlie Hewlett is his name. He was with the Browns for 10 years. Okay. And he went to UCF. He's a Tampa boy. Went to Hillsborough High School. And then he was with the Golden Knights. I think they're just the Knights now. But then he eventually got picked up by the Browns, and he was their long snapper for 10 years. And the Eagles just signed him. He was a free agent. So here's the thing. I hate the Eagles, man. I hate the Eagles, but now I have to like the Eagles because
you don't have to like them. You just have to follow your cousin. You want your cousin to do well.
But so for my cousin
so you're
to
a
do
Tampa Bay.
well,
Hold on, you're a Tampa Bay media person.
Yeah.
So when the Eaglets come to Tampa to play the Bucks, I think it's week 3.
You're doing the Dirty Bird all day. And
you're
doing the Dirty Bird.
I am not doing the Dirty Bird.
You're doing the Dirty Bird.
I'm not singing the dumb song. I'm not doing any of that. But I might get the jersey just because it's our family name.
Jerseys nowadays? What is this?
She took my thing. That's all.
Because
Randy collects them. I'm going to get
my mom's last name is Hewlett. That's her maiden name. That's Charlie Hewlett. It's the family name. I have a Browns jersey that says Hewlett 47, and so I've got to support. Look,
what number did he get? 47.
Over ego. I think he's 40. I don't think he's 47 now. I think he's like 46. He's close to it.
He couldn't pay for it.
What do you mean?
Well, that's what happens when you go to a team that already has the number you want. You pay for it.
Yeah.
You negotiate it with
Leslie,
the other
I'm
player.
sure he could afford it.
Where'd you get that Rays jersey from? Build-A-Bear?
What? Channel, this is from the Rays. They made it for me when I threw out the first pitch.
It looks custom fitted. I thought
has
maybe
a
you got it at the mall.
Channel 8 and has my name on the back. And thank you, Tampa Bay
Says
Rays,
Hewlett?
for creating it.
Is
No, it
Channel
says
8 still a thing?
Lacey.
Is Channel 8 still a thing?
They're they're beyond an upstart now. Yeah.
I mean, do people watch the news still? I'm being dead serious.
I don't,
because everything I see is streamed on my phone. I don't watch the news. I don't watch local news.
I don't.
Here's when you do watch it.
Never.
Hurricanes.
That's right.
I don't.
I watch Mike's weather page more. Mike's weather page is a better meteorologist than.
Why are you
Mike's
watching
great,
it
but
during hurricanes?
He's not a meteorologist technically, but Mike's weather page is great, but he's not going in. You're not going to get the same thing. His weather page is a great resource, and he's cool as heck, and he's great. But you want to watch.
He's got a bigger following than all the meteorologists.
He's awesome.
He's got like 2.5 million followers, and he's got his own beer.
Mike's awesome. Mike's weather page, guys. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But it's not a local. He's not going to sit there and give you local forecast. It's a different thing going on there.
Well, I mean, all you have to do is open the window and be like, "Oh, it's raining. Oh, sunny." I mean, you can get your
or
own
you know it's going to rain
by looking at it.
Yeah, you know it's going to rain. Why do you even it's going to rain today?
No, yesterday.
No, you don't.
Well, hold on.
Yes, you do.
Have you seen the photo at Hogan's funeral in the cloud? It was the Hogan.
No,
yes, it was. Yes, it was. There's a photo going around on social media.
Shut up.
At Indian Rocks Beach after Hogan's funeral. There was the cloud formation. Looked like he was posing with one arm up, pointing to the sky, 45-degree angle. Hulk Hogan
show me the photo.
Formation.
Eternity.
I want to see the photo.
Hogan for eternity.
I want to see that photo too.
Yeah. We'll put it up on the website.
Yeah.
Another reason to watch weather.
Why?
Because you can see Hulk Hogan in the sky.
I can see it on
Facebook. Cloud formation. Listen, you got to be safe, my friends. That's why you watch it. And that's why even you, Matt, you said.
You get hurricane windows and then you're fine.
No, you're not. By the way, I got to tell you about those hurricane windows. Our meteorologist, John Scalzi over at ABC7, he had the hurricane windows. Something happened and one broke, not because of a hurricane, but something else. Yeah. And it broke. Let me see.
That photo's not awful.
Oh,
breaking
my gosh.
News. I'm breaking news.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Hogan lives forever. Hulk rules. Hulkamania.
What do you Google? Just cloud formation Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
I'm sure if you just Google Hulk Hogan cloud.
But it's all over. It's all
wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It is crazy.
When did that come up?
It is crazy.
Yesterday at his funeral.
All right, so enough about the funeral. We'll probably get back to it.
We're talking about meteorology.
We'll probably get back to it later.
Is that real?
Right now, let's go to the phone lines.
Wow.
Let's go back to Las Vegas as we get ready for UFC on ESPN 72. Let's welcome back to the program, Andre Feely. Andre, how are you?
How's it going, brother? How are you?
We appreciate your time. I always ask you this: another fight week, is it ho hum? Another fight week, or do you kind of attack it differently? Do you keep it the same and consistent? How are you going to get through the next couple of days?
Yeah, I feel like I've done this so many times that I know what I like. I know what works. I know what to avoid, and I'm just enjoying it, man. It's the best job anyone could ever have. I get to be a UFC fighter. So it's never dull or ho hum, or it's always something I appreciate. It's always something I'm grateful for, and it's always something I'm excited about. This time is even better because I recently moved to Las Vegas, so I get to spend all week sleeping in my own bed and spending time with my wife and son, and not in some hotel. It's actually been great.
I'm assuming, and we know what assume means, that part of the reason is because of the performance center and everything that's available to you guys in Las Vegas, correct?
Yeah, that's a huge part of it. I've never felt better. I feel incredible, and a huge factor in that is the Performance Institute. I've been doing strength conditioning with Gavin Pratt, the head strength conditioning coach there, and then I've been doing my nutrition with Charles at the PI. He's the head nutritionist there, and I've never felt better.
It's funny whenever, I'm sure this happens to you and fighters and everybody that's either living in Vegas or spends a lot of time there. Everybody outside of Vegas thinks, well, there's nothing in Las Vegas outside of the Strip. Everything is the Strip, but there is so much more, and you can live there and not even go on the Strip.
Unless I absolutely have to, I avoid it at all costs. There's a lot of suburbs I live in. Unless I absolutely have to, I avoid it at all costs. There's a lot of suburbs I live there's Summerlin, there's Lone Mountain, there's Henderson. I live in one of the suburbs, and I don't go to the Strip for almost anything.
Right.
Like I don't. I actually borderline refuse to go to the Strip. If you invite me to a dinner on the Strip, I'll probably make up an excuse to not go. But there's so much good food and so much opportunity with fighting off the Strip, and so that's my focus. Obviously, I moved here, Northern California. I'm from Sacramento and the Sacramento area, and I love Northern California. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. I love living there. I miss it. I miss my friends, but being in Vegas is huge for my career. As a fighter, this is the fight capital of the world. So,
not to ask a personal question, but I'm going to ask anyway. Do you plan on staying in Vegas, after your fighting, days are over, or once done, you're going back to Cali?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, not a chance.
Okay.
I living in Vegas is very much a career decision. I have some friends who live here. I have some people that I love who live here, and I'm making the best of it. But this is very much a career decision. It's not home.
Okay.
It's not home. It's not home. It's not a place that I plan on spending my middle age or golden years. It's definitely not a place I want to raise my kids when they're in school. But I actually think that's works to my benefit. This is a finite thing. This is a business decision. This is a career move that I made, and it keeps things in perspective. I'm working my ass off to make as much money as possible with the time I have left fighting competitively, and then I'm going to move my family to somewhere in California, hopefully with a beach.
So Andre, speaking of California, the 49ers, Kittle has come out about the smelling salt ban. The NFL has banned smelling salts. Is there anything like that in the UFC? Is there anything that comes through as far as like regulatory about smelling salts? Has anybody used it, or anybody that's done it?
I don't know about smelling salts, but guys love to do steroids.
Yeah. I mean, do you care? Does it matter if everybody's access to the same things? Like, let's say the PI said, okay, we're going to let everybody treat themselves under medical supervision. Everybody has access to the same peptides, SARMs, steroids, smelling salts, and then best man wins. Would you be okay with that kind of system?
100. Dude, it's a joke, but I'm also serious. Everyone who wants to do steroids is doing steroids anyways. let them do steroids and then stop knocking on my door at 6 a.m. to pee test me and harassing me to do blood tests in my kitchen at 6 a.m. and all these things. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Everyone who wants to do steroids is going to do steroids. Yeah, that's my son. He agrees.
Nice. So along the lines of, medical mushrooms, fighters like Mark Irwin, bare knuckle fighters, do you see that as a performance enhancement, or is that just like self-care?
I mean, everything's on a scale. It's very with things like that. It's very hard to be black and white. Like, what's a performance enhancement, right? Like, is drinking a protein shake after a workout performance enhancement? Like, you're gonna be stronger if you drink protein, if you keep your protein up with supplementing protein and creatine after your lift than if you don't. So that's performance enhancing. It's so hard to give a solitary answer, right? Like, if you're lactose intolerant, then whey protein is probably not going to make you feel very good. If you're not, then whey protein is probably going to help you build muscle. If you take psilocybin and you have some breakthrough, that's great. If you take too much psilocybin and you have a psychotic break, it's not going to help you. Like, there's no one size fits all, there's everyone as a professional athlete is going to do whatever they can to get an edge. This is how we feed our families. This is how we try to leave a legacy. And so for me, that's just the price of doing business. You can look at me when I'm not in fight camp, and you can see I'm shaped like I'm shaped like the Grinch. If you ever watch, I'm shaped like the Grinch. If you ever watch how the Grinch does, that's how I look, right? But that's the beauty of MMA is we have weight classes and there's no ball, there's no hoop, there's no net. It's just you versus someone else, and so you can make your body style work for you.
You better be careful. You'll get a new nickname now, the Grinch.
Yeah, my people already call me that. Yeah, I have the Grinch tattooed on me. I also hate breaking my routine, and I hate the running joke is that I hate having fun. So people already call me that.
You're my new best friend.
Yes. I just want to be left alone. You know what I mean? That's my. Every year, my wife asks me what I want for my birthday, and I have the same answer for the past 7 or 8 years. I just want one day where everyone has to leave me alone. Like, I'm very much the Grinch. But yeah, I just think people are going to do whatever they can to get an edge. That's the reality. That's just the reality of being a professional athlete. I'm not on steroids, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't appreciate peptides being legal because we could heal our body. It doesn't mean that I don't think we should kind of open the floodgates and just let guys do whatever they're going to do, because I think they're doing it anyways. And prohibition has never really worked for anything. So you got to let people do what they're going to do. I understand the reasoning behind limiting it, but I don't care, fighting. Steroids don't make you better at fighting. They might help you recover or build strength, but they don't make you better at fighting. So I would rather, if the trade-off for letting everyone do steroids is that people leave me alone when I get to the arena, or they don't knock on my door at 6 a.m. and wake me up, I'm willing to make that trade.
Oh, this is awesome. You're now, like I said, my new best friend. I do have a question, since you brought up that some of your friends and family and the nickname and changed the nickname. I've always wanted to ask you this nickname question. And you've been on before, and I've kind of stayed away from it. This is probably the most controversial question I've ever asked, and it's really no big deal. So a lot of the knuckleheads in the world, whether it's us media knuckleheads or fan knuckleheads, do those lists and do the Mount Rushmores and do this and do that. Yeah. So you settle this for me once and for all, and I will abide by however you answer this. Okay. When people use your nickname, I say your nickname is Touchy. Yeah. They include, no, his nickname is Touchy-Feely.
Incorrect.
Thank you.
My last name is Feely.
Exactly.
My last name is Feely, F-I-L-I, it's just Samoan last name.
Right.
Touchy obviously is a pun. My name's Andre Touchy-Feely.
And everybody knows that's your last name, but they want to include that in the nickname. And I'm like, no, if we're doing nicknames, Touchy
Yeah.
Feely's awesome, but his nickname is Touchy. All right, I rest. This is a mic drop. I guess I'm done.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, your actual name doesn't get to be part of your nickname. That's just not the way the nicknames work.
The things that Randy
Argues about. No,
The
it's
things that
argues about.
Go on in Randy's head all day long.
But I can't wait. I can't wait for the rules to change where they have tag team MMA, and then you and Randy can be on the team. You've got the body. Randy's got the personality.
I love it. I actually love that. UFC and WWE are owned by the same companies now, because until I was about 11 years old, I believed in my heart that I was going to be a WWF wrestler, a pro wrestler. That was my dream. It's a huge part of why I'm in the UFC now. My dad and my uncles are all giant Samoan dudes, so I figured I'd be a giant Samoan dude, and instead I'm a regular size Samoan dude. So I had to pick a sport with weight classes. But with that said, when I'm done fighting in the UFC, maybe I'll start doing some of those steroids we talked about. I'll get big, and I'll go do make my WWE debut.
Well, you don't necessarily have to get big. You go call all of your fellow Samoans, Roman Reigns and The Rock and all those guys, and you come in as the little guy like Rey Mysterio, and it works out well.
Yeah, that's true. The problem is Rey Mysterio was like 21 when he was doing all this stuff off the top rope, and I just turned 35, and I'm not sure if starting your career as a high flyer at 35 is good for your health, but I'm willing to give it a try.
What would be your character niche? Would you be the heel? Are you going to be the good guy, the bad guy? What would you go in as?
It's called a baby face. It's not called a good guy. It's called a baby face.
But yeah.
I would love to be a baby face. I'd love to be a face. That would be a dream of mine. But an epic heel turn also is something that people always remember. So I really would just, as long as the storyline was good, I would play through whatever storyline was written for me, as long as it was good, and I would do my best. What I've noticed, I'm a real pro wrestling nerd. I don't watch a lot of pro wrestling now, but it was a big part of my formative years, and I still watch Dark Side of the Ring, and I watch a bunch of stuff about wrestling. So I think the biggest thing to make it as a pro wrestler, from what I can tell, is just giving everything you have to a storyline, as long as the storyline is decent, and committing to it and making sure that it's genuine. Like you let a part of yourself kind of shine through, and I think I'd be able to do that. So whether I was a heel or a face, I think I'd be able to get over pretty well.
I don't think you will ever see another turn, whether it's, from heel to face or vice versa, than when Hogan, NWO, that whole thing. I loved watching it. It's the ultimate
one.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate one. I think that the Hogan heel turn was huge, but the one that actually, it's the opposite almost. The one that really stands out for me is when Rocky Maivia was with the Nation of Domination. He was like just a regular old heel, and then when he started really making this big rise, he went from Rocky Maivia and the Nation of Domination with Farouk and those guys, and then became called himself the People's Champ, and became just The Rock, and instead of a heel turn, he turned face, and he just blew up. And that one always stands out to me too, because I liked him as Rocky Maivia, but then when he became The Rock and the People's Champ and started doing the People's Elbow and the People's Eyebrow and started really blowing up, I remember just thinking this is the coolest guy who's ever lived. This is I just want to be The Rock. I remember feeling that at 7 or 8, and just he was the coolest guy, good guy ever. And I had watched him go from bad guy to good guy, and that just really stuck with me as a kid. That's ingrained in me. So as much as I think a baby face to heel turn is really cool, and we see that a lot, I actually think when it's done the other way and it's done right, it's something special.
So did you like it? Sorry, Matt. Did you? Because I didn't. The Cena turn, and then he turned back over the weekend. Give me your thoughts on that. I didn't like it.
Again, my wrestling knowledge ends in probably 2001. The Attitude Era of WWE, I'm pretty up on. All the new stuff, I don't. I'm not as up on. I haven't been actively watching WWE, but I just had a son, so when he's a little older, I'm sure we'll go back to watching it. I will say this: people I know weren't really very excited about this Cena turn. They weren't like, the people I know who actively watch it weren't excited about the Cena turn really.
So, Mr. Grinch, it's Matt here. Look, there's a lot of crossover, as you mentioned earlier, like WWE, UFC, owned by the same Endeavor group.
Yeah.
Last week, CM Punk was at the CFFC Fight Pass night, where I'm a commissioner, so he was in the building. What wrestler have you met in real life, either at an arena or backstage? Who was the biggest star that you met in wrestling?
Probably CM Punk, actually. CM Punk and I are friends. He's a great dude. I've gotten to hang with him a few times, and I really like CM Punk, and think he's a very cool guy. We'll randomly like text every once in a while, something funny or dumb, but he's a cool guy. One of my good friends and a kid who I'm like very proud of, Zach Wentz. He wrestled as Nash Carter in the WWE recently for MSK. And they did that. I think it was a TNA and WWE crossover they did, or an maybe it was AEW and WWE crossover. But he had a feud with Wesley. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
I remember it, and I'm pretty sure that it was TNA. I'm sure that WWE and AEW are never going to work together.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not super up on it, but it's probably TNA. But my friend Zach Wentz, Nash Carter, he wrestled as both. That kid's unreal. He's so talented, and I hope I see him in the WWE again soon. He's a great kid, and it's crazy because he's just a kid from Ohio. He's a couple years younger than me. He messaged me on Snapchat like in the early 2000s and was like, "Hey man, like I'm inspired by your story. You know, you just got in the UFC, and you know, I'm just a kid from some small town in Ohio. I want to be a pro wrestler. Nobody really sees the dream. No one really believes in me." And I just encouraged him and told him like, "Man, forget your town, forget your friends, forget your family if you have to. Like, focus on your dream. It doesn't matter if anybody else believes in it. Like, don't let anything get in the way of accomplishing your dream," and which is what I had to do to get in the UFC. And then you fast forward 10 years later, him and I have kept in touch, but you fast forward 10 years later, he became, the Rascals became the #1 tag team, you know, outside of the WWE. They were stars on the indie scene, and then they got signed to WWE, and, you know, now he's got action figures and he's a wrestling star in TNA and WWE. And it's like, it's been really cool to watch Zach Wentz grow up from like this middle school, high school kid in some random town in Ohio to being on TV with action figures and accomplishing his dream, and just being able to watch that and be in contact with him, you know, as he kind of grew up and accomplished his dreams has been like a real privilege, man. It's so I would say CM Punk and Zach Wentz are the two guys that I really am rooting for and feel kind of connected to in the sport.
Andre, I got the greatest idea. So this weekend, the Rip Santa came down from Minnesota. You're the Grinch. I think you guys should be a tag team partnership. He's a pro bodybuilder. Cool. He's 60 years young, and he could deliver an ass whooping to the ring, and then you could take it all the way.
I like it. I like it a lot because it's not a bad idea. Not a bad gimmick.
We'll see how that plays out. Andre, I appreciate your time as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I know we have your address. We're going to send you another thank you package from 8 Man Strong, as well as I'm going to send a gift to your son. It's a fantasy pet. It's a 3-dimensional, what's it called? Something printer?
Digital printer, yeah.
It's a really cool dinosaur. So we're going to send him one as well.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Enjoy the week. And I like to call it Christmas. Enjoy Christmas when you get back in the octagon on Saturday.
Yes, sir. I'll see you guys.
All right, take care. That is Andre Touchy, the nickname.
The Grinch.
Philly, the Grinch. Awesome. All right, let's go hit one of the breaks that we blew through. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Center.
Hey guys, it's Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the UFC strawweight, and you are listening to the Knockout Radio.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville.
What's up, guys? This is Justin the Highlight Gaethje. You're about to get KO'd by Knockout Radio.
All right, we're back hanging out. Final 8 minutes or so of hour number 2. What a great talk with Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Grouch, my new best friend. He wants to be left alone. That sums me up. You call, I look at it, I go, I'm not talking to him.
Did you ever want to be a wrestler? Did you ever grow up with aspirations?
Honestly,
yeah.
No, I wanted to be the manager. I wanted to be like DDP was, or
Randy always wanted always wanting the power.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Gene Okerlund.
He wasn't a manager.
Monsoon, Gorilla Monsoon.
Monsoon was.
You didn't ever just sit back and sort of dream about a character, like who you would be.
No. Yeah. What would your gimmick be? Like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, shout out, he's in town.
Well,
he had
in town.
Yeah, but he had a 2x4.
Randy, I know. The Juinator, right? Wasn't that what it was going to you just annihilate something? Did you tell me that
from
one
getting pounded to the Juinator?
Have a gas bomb.
Oh my God,
Jesus!
You are now. You should thank her, because you are now not the stupidest person.
You just said gas bombs. That was messed up. That's not what.
No, I can take the show lower.
That's messed up.
I brought notes. I got some controversy to talk about later.
Well, so you didn't just kind of, sort of dream like what you would, be if you were a wrestler.
Okay, let's just pretend that you were paying attention. When I said, no, I never thought of that. I thought it would be cool to be a manager, because the manager gets involved.
Right.
You get to do some of the devious
That's weird.
stuff.
That's a weird mind as a little boy to think. It's watching wrestling and be like, I want to be the manager. I think you have control issues.
I am the head Jew in charge. That's what I told Donnie Most when he was on, remember?
Who's Donnie Most?
Don Most.
Don Most. Ralph Malph from Happy Days. You're killing me, Smalls.
Come on, man.
Ralph Malph from Happy Days.
You do look like a Bad News Bear with your outfit on today.
Bad News
I've
Bear.
never wanted it to be 3 o'clock.
That was the Sandlot.
As much as I do.
Why are you mad at me?
I did not say I'm mad at you.
Oh, wait. You're talking about the guy that I talked to, right? Is that Don Most? Did we interview him?
Yes, we did. Ralph Malph, the redhead on Happy Days.
This moron wants to go up and apologize to him for being a moron.
Well, I felt bad.
And I
didn't come out the right way.
And I said,
oh God, just don't even.
I said, Matt, just let it go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
You're an idiot, and we all know it. But it's no worse than her talking about getting pounded.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
it was UFC, okay?
The two of you are just.
I was talking about, and it wasn't me. I was talking about the
Hold
fighter.
On. The internet said he left to pursue other challenging roles because he wasn't feeling like he was fulfilling his full talent. And I wanted to celebrate the fact that he believed in himself so much that he took that risk, left the #1 show, and then.
So you didn't mean to say, why were you a loser once you left Happy Days?
When you go and things just don't work out the way you want them to.
Because that's how I feel about my career. I left a solid industry.
But that's not how Donnie felt about him.
One.
And Don really was successful still continuously.
Well, singing now is blowing up.
And doing other things. He was doing, but he just wasn't a household recognized name. So
I was just celebrating the fact that he took the belief in himself and took that chance and risked it all. I was celebrating that.
Where would you have put him on the list? Let's put them on the list. So obviously Henry
Happy
Winkler
Days?
was 1,
Oh yeah.
and Ron Howard was 2.
No.
Yeah.
You're forgetting
think Scott
somebody.
Baio?
Yeah, baby.
I would have
yeah.
put him 3. I mean, because he wasn't in enough scenes.
Well, no, he came later,
I
but Chachi
understand.
took over, man.
Yeah.
Chachi was, oh man.
Just because Chachi loved Joni doesn't mean that he's going to.
And Charles was in charge too. Okay, but I would say, I would say
Don was at the bottom of the.
No, Mr. Cunningham was at the bottom of it. Mr. Cunningham. But I
Yeah,
would.
but I didn't find him to be a main character. He just paid the bills.
You didn't think that Mr. Cunningham was a main character?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No, he wasn't.
Help me with the smalls.
No.
He was a main. He was the father. He was on everything. We had more lines than Don most, I bet. I would put Potsy above Don, but Don also.
So I would put Potsy above Don.
What about Al? I put Al below him.
Al Borland?
Al, the owner of the restaurant, and also
Mr. Miyagi.
No, the Big Al.
Yeah, but Mr. Miyagi was ahead.
I put both of them below.
No.
Ralph Mouth.
No.
Yes, no, come on.
No.
But I'll tell you what, which guest stars I would put above Ralph Mouth, and they only had a few episodes, is Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney.
Well, that's how they got the spinoff.
And Mork. Remember Mork?
Yes, I remember Mork.
Okay, remember that was
I remember him just before he killed himself.
There was.
What do you got?
This show's killing me. You guys are talking about stuff that's so ancient that
I'm trying to move
Happy
on.
Days is classic.
Listen, let's talk about some real stuff like Kai Siant. Let's talk about
Henry Winkler had a line.
Like
That's
people
how
have a
still
following.
relevant he is. And he was in this show. What was the show Henry Winkler was just in that was brilliant?
Are you still talking?
Yes, it was about a serial killer.
You're killing Break 3.
Yeah.
Listen, so okay, do you watch any of these old shows? Like when you get home after a long day,
My son-in-law does.
Whatever you do.
My son-in-law does.
Who's your son-in-law?
Oh my God, you are a moron.
Yesterday, you know what I watched yesterday when I wanted to relax? Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes.
Every Jew wants to hear about that.
Did you go to the funeral? I thought it was Hogan Knows Best.
Hey,
Is it a different Hogan?
it's a World War II movie.
Damn it.
Randy, see.
Why? It's a Hitler show.
It wasn't. It was a Roosevelt show. It wasn't.
It was the
Hitler
Nazis
show.
in a concentration camp, or not a concentration camp, but a prison.
There were no Jews on
Hold
that
on.
show.
Yeah, there
Hold
was.
on.
Who?
Yeah, what there was a
Hold on. The Incredible Hulk comes
No, the
on. Are you
characters
watching the
weren't
show? You're watching. You're flipping through the channels.
Yeah.
You see the Incredible Hulk, a guy who has emotional issues. As soon as he gets upset about
I watch it.
anything,
Bill Bixby,
he
I watch
turns
it.
mad and angry and
Huge
brah.
crush on Bill Bixby. Yeah.
But I'm saying, if the Incredible Hulk comes on TV, are you watching it?
Yeah.
The Dukes of Hazzard. Are you watching any of these shows? Murder, She Wrote.
No, I try to watch Murder, She Wrote. Listen, Randy, do you watch? They relax me. I'll turn on Magnum PI, and if I'm flipping through and I see the Hulk, or if I see Laverne and Shirley, I'm gonna laugh. So I'm gonna put on Laverne. I'm gonna stop. I might not go to find it, but I might find. Let's think about this. Which ones would you go to find? I have gone to find I Love
None.
Lucy.
Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah,
I've watched that.
Yeah.
When I flip channels, I see it on.
Yeah.
It's so bad that it's.
Oh no, it's wonderful.
No, it's
Don
bad.
Knotts. No, it's
Matlock,
not.
Columbo.
No, I don't watch it.
Any of that stuff.
No.
Not Matlock, not Columbo. But Quincy. You don't even know what Quincy
I've
is.
been to
It's the
Quincy.
very
There's Quincy,
first
Florida. There's
forensic
Quincy,
show.
Massachusetts.
Quincy, Illinois.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of those.
They're soothing shows because they remind us of happy times of our childhood. And even though a lot of these shows
Partridge
are
Family?
before my David Cassidy. Yeah, but or Brady Bunch. I was more of a Brady Bunch kid, but David Cassidy was the
I
bomb
watched
diggity.
both of those.
Yeah.
That's why if you want to get me a gift, you always say, what can I get you? I want nothing. I need
A
nothing.
little Partridge
I
Family
want,
bus.
honestly, I swear to you, I want a Partridge Family lunchbox.
Oh, that's cute.
Don't you have something from
I
the
had a
Partridge
Welcome
Family?
Back Cotter
Oh,
one.
no, I have the album signed by
Your
Danny
doppelganger?
Bonaduce.
Yeah, your doppelganger. That's what they call it. When you look like the same guy, Danny Bonaduce and
He
Randy
doesn't
Harris.
look like Danny Bonaduce.
Go back and look at
I got a
Randy
photo.
Harris.
I got a photo. with
Randy
him.
and
Do you?
Donnie
I've
are
never
the
thought
same.
of that.
So Donnie or
What's his
Danny?
name? Danny. Whatever.
So
Killing me, Smalls.
Danny was at a Phillies game. Well, we're at the top of the hour, so I'll save it. I think we have the next interview is at a quarter after. So when we come back, I'll tell you the experience of meeting Danny Bonaduce,
Pull
Who
the
was
photo.
from the Partridge Family,
Pull
the
the
redhead.
photo up.
played the drummer.
Construction, industrial, and special and staffing throughout
the Southeast.
Come on,
Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way. 8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. 5 soldiers at Fort Stewart in Georgia have been wounded in a shooting. There aren't many details yet, but the White House was monitoring developments during the lockdown at the Army post. CBS's Eleanor Watson has more from the Pentagon.
The latest update is the shooter was apprehended. There's no active threat to the community, according to Fort Stewart. The shooter apprehended. 5 soldiers were shot and are being transported to a community hospital.
Their conditions are unknown. Fort Stewart is home to thousands of soldiers assigned to the Army's 3rd Infantry Division. President Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff met in Moscow today with Russia's president. Trump called the meeting productive. CBS's Ramy Inocencio with a take from a Russian official.
Moscow had received certain, in his words, signals from Trump, and that Moscow had transmitted messages back to the White House. As for the detail of those messages, that right now is not publicly known.
Despite President Trump saying that great progress was made, he still took aim at India for buying Russian oil, ordering steeper tariffs on Indian goods. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
This is the very first time that we would ever see tariffs used in this way, in such a blanket way to apply such economic pressure.
Nearly 40 Palestinians were killed in the past 24 hours trying to get aid in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to announce further military action and possibly plans to fully reoccupy Gaza. Greg Carlstrom of The Economist.
I think we'll only know that this is really happening if we see Israel calling up significant numbers of soldiers. Netanyahu threatening this and leaking to the media that he wants to do it is something that he's doing both for domestic political consumption for his own right-wing supporters, some of whom support the idea, and also as a way of putting some pressure on Hamas in these ongoing stop-start negotiations over a ceasefire.
The White House says Apple is increasing its U.S. investments. Natalie Brand has more.
Apple will announce an additional $100 billion of investment in the United States. Apple had previously announced back in February $500 billion. So this will be on top of that. And the White House saying that as part of this announcement, it will include an American manufacturing program to bring more of Apple's supply chain back to the United States.
Trump has criticized Apple in recent months for efforts to shift iPhone production to India to avoid tariffs his administration planned for China. On Wall Street today, stocks are higher. The Dow is up 138 points. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk, entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Oh, he was,
Hi, this is Bob
he was a
Eubanks,
regular
and you're
baby.
listening to Knockout Radio.
Joseph.
All right, we are back as
Was it
these two.
Joseph, baby?
Oh my
Talking
God.
about Matt just showed us a picture,
I don't care.
and it's the most ridiculous thing. And who did it? What organization?
Listen, we all get different programming on our phones. Well, depending on what you're into, what you believe, what you preference, you get different knowledge and content. I get a different script
That's for sure.
than you guys get. So
Tell us what your script just popped up.
well, they recreated Princeton University, a recreation of what Adam would look like in real life. If you look
And by the way, we're not talking like Adam Levine. We're talking just Adam.
right,
Okay, like the
original.
OG
Yeah, the OG.
of dudes.
Right.
Okay.
Number one. Dude
Number one,
one.
It
It looked like Vin Diesel. Not gonna
looked
lie.
like Vin Diesel.
Looked like a skinny Vin Diesel.
I now have no respect for Princeton University because this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. First of all, human beings, as we know them, were around about upwards of maybe as our current, lineage to what we are now. Okay, about 500,000 years ago at the most. Okay, so about 500,000. The world has been around for billions and billions of years, right? So this whole idea to create what Adam would look like is saying when God created man, and that's ridiculous. That would be like 500,000 years ago. That's like this whole thing is dumb. And he's bald. He's bald, guys, and he looks like Vin Diesel.
Most babies come out bald.
Okay, so anyway, I'm at a spring training game,
bald, we'd all be bald.
I see this guy walking across the field at the stadium. I think it was called Time Warner, Bright House, whatever it was. So the what's the group? It's 4 guys. The one guy has the long beard.
ZZ Top?
No, it's 4, not 3.
Oak Ridge
4.
Boys.
Who?
The Oak Ridge Boys.
The Oak Ridge Boys. So
got
they,
that one.
So
I
they
can
sing
name
the
that
so they
tune.
sing the
Wonderful.
national anthem, and Danny Bonaducci's there.
Okay.
So I kind of call my buddy Cliff Welch, who's a photographer for Pewter Report, and I said, "Hey, do me a favor. Will you take this picture for me?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." So Danny Bonaducci's walking from the Phillies dugout, from the visitors dugout to the Phillies dugout, or vice versa, from the first base to the third base side. He walks up towards me. So we kind of go up next to each other. And I said, "Mr. Bonaducci, I've been." That's as far as I got. He goes, "Yeah, I know. Told that we look alike."
You were going to say a biggest fan forever.
No, I was going to say I've been told my whole life that I look like you. I don't see it. And he goes, "Oh, no, absolutely." So I have the photo at home. I'll post it on the website, YouTube, all that stuff later.
Nice.
So I follow Danny Bonaducci on X, Twitter, whatever. And so what he would do a lot of times is he would go into vintage album stores and he would find a Partridge Family album and he would autograph it and then stick it back in the bin.
I love that.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So he tweeted it and I happened to see it the second he did it. And I ran into my back office. I Googled the store. I called the store and I said, "I want to buy it. Can I buy that album? Do I have to be there?" They go, "No, we'll ship it to you."
They charge you more?
Well, they charged me to ship it.
Okay, but the same price as a normal album without the signature.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's got to feel good for Danny. That's the same price after I signed it.
Well, it's the whole object is, hey, this is cool. Run down there.
Yeah,
And he
I
wanted
like
to
it.
interview me. He wanted to do the whole 9-yard thing. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was definitely cool.
Does anybody say you look like anyone, Leslie? Who's your doppelganger?
I got some crazy.
Smokey the Bear.
That's very funny. I don't even know
Chunk
anyways.
from the Goonies?
Yeah.
Did you see the most
I get
recent thing about
Jennifer
Smokey the
Lopez
Bear?
all the time.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Why would you say that? Don't ever say that.
He's laughing at you, not me.
Don't say
Me?
Jennifer Lopez.
All the time.
What? There's nothing as a resemblance.
Did you see the Smokey and the Bear thing in the news?
It's daily. It's daily.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
No, but I did used to get. This is true story. Winona Ryder.
Who cares?
Listen, I got Winona Ryder so much that they thought I was Winona Ryder at the boxer, the Golden Glove boy, the really pretty one from the 30 years ago, Oscar De La Hoya, his first fight. I was there and they thought I was Winona. And because I used to look a lot like her when I was like 19 to 21, a lot like Winona Ryder.
So
anyways, they gave me box
Smokey
seats.
the Bear.
Yeah.
Just had someone arrested that's been going to all the national forests.
Yeah, they've been
stealing the Smokey the Bear signs and then put them on Marketplace on Facebook to sell them.
Yeah.
And so they pulled in, they offered to buy it. They worked out a deal and Smokey the Bear in costume arrested him with some policemen.
That's what you get for using his image without the rights.
No, that's what you get for stealing from a national state park.
I would like to see Smokey the Bear at a Comic-Con. Like have him signing autographs and like a matchbook cover, like
Well, they do
autograph on the back.
They
of the
do
matches.
a lot of shows. They don't do Comic-Cons, but they're at, what's the home show and that kind of stuff.
What was the last time you saw a book of matches in a restaurant or a bar? That's how you used to give people your number, right? You write a number.
You don't need to because you can start a fire with your cell phone.
Okay.
You can do everything
about
with a cell phone.
advertisement too. You get but who uses matches anymore?
Yeah, right.
Unless they're long ones.
That.
I mean,
no, he said the match boxes. Yeah.
There's got to be like an old school bar, pub, something still doing like the nostalgia.
Yeah. I bet the Tapper Pub. Have you ever been in that one over in Palmacia?
No. I've been to the one in Atlanta.
There's a Tapper Pub. Oh, is it a chain? No, there's one over in Palmacia.
Chain smokers, maybe.
In fact, you used to be able to smoke at the Tapper Pub up until just recently. It's in South Tampa.
Could you get a book of matches and light this freaking show on fire?
What are you talking about? This is a great show.
This is one of the best shows we've ever had.
It's the best one of the week.
Hey, I also when I got older, people kind of said Laura Linney. Did I look like Laura Linney?
Well, anybody we've heard of.
Laura Linney is the mom on Ozark. She was also in The Big C.
Still don't know who she is. Or those shows.
God, Ozarks?
Yeah.
Randy.
I don't know. What
don't
is
admit this on the radio. Ozark's like one of the greatest shows ever. Ever.
With 2 billion views?
Probably,
Never
yeah.
heard of it.
It just, Ozark, right?
Is that the one, Danny Bateman? It's like a lawyer or something.
Yeah, it's Danny Bateman. Yes, that is the one you're talking about. But it's Justin Bateman. Remember Justine Bateman? And Jason Bateman is his name. And he's the lead. And his wife is...
Jason Bateman looks like the actor in The Rookie. Is that the one where they both look almost identical?
Oh, I never thought about that so much. Jason Bateman's cuter, but I do like... Why can't I think of his name?
I don't know.
That's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, there is a thing called Google.
He also played...
Remember we were told that by Colin Hay? When I asked him a question, he said, there's this thing called Google.
Yeah.
What's a Vegemite sandwich?
It's a Vegemite sandwich. It's an extract. It's Australian.
I know.
It's
So is Colin Hay.
Okay. All right. So you're talking about, isn't it Dennis something before I think of it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
The rookie star.
The rookie, Ozzie Smith. Who's the greatest rookie of all time? Anything stick out?
The greatest rookie of all time? For what, baseball?
Anything.
Oh, LeBron James.
Are you talking about the rookie, the movie, The Rookie?
No, the TV show.
Oh, I've never seen the movie. I've never seen the TV show, The Rookie. Is it any good?
It's better than this show.
No wonder, because I was like, I didn't think Dennis Quaid and Jason Bateman looked that much alike. And so you're talking about somebody else.
Obviously.
Jason Bateman was a babe. His sister was Mallory, Justine Bateman, on Family Ties.
That's correct.
Another old school
He's never seen any of that stuff.
No, I have.
Have you? I will watch it.
My memory's a little shaky, but I've seen it.
If I was getting, you get hit in the head a lot, that happens.
Family Ties. Facts of Life.
Oh, Facts of Life. Man.
Benson.
Do you have a crush on
No.
any of the Facts of Life girls?
You probably like the Golden Girls. Randy probably had a crush on the Golden Girls.
I can still watch, but the Golden Girls makes me sad, so I can't watch it anymore.
Why? They lived at least
it was a show.
The grandma.
Because my mom was like Betty and a little bit. And it's just too sad for me. I miss her too much.
Well,
we used to all sit around. We watched it for years. And it's just like my grandmother and my mother were like Golden Girls. And it's just too tough. I can't do it. It's too hard to miss them.
I'm sure everyone is glad to know that you can't watch the Golden Girls.
Well, you asked why, and I told you I like to. Now, Carol Burnett, I can still watch.
But see, like the programming though, back then, like that whole narrative of just sitting on a couch and like rotting, like playing.
No,
bridge.
you're with your family and you're laughing. It was wonderful.
No,
you have TV
move.
dinners.
You got to move. You got to keep moving for eternity.
We just watch it for a while. You're sitting right now. You're not standing up.
Just temporarily, but I'm always moving.
That's the same thing. You were back then. You'd watch movies for a couple of hours, and that was it. You'd sit in front of the TV with your TV dinner or whatever, and then you'd sit and you watch some Cheers or whatever, and it was family time. Then you went to bed, right, Randy?
No, instead of going to bed,
you're going to sleep right now.
We're going to break. This is Knockout Radio. We promised to talk some sports when we return. When we head back out to Las Vegas for our final UFC interview. We'll be right back.
This is Mike Allstott, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
So intense.
Say goodbye to outdated equipment and welcome the latest smart technology into your home. With Cool Breeze AC, you can effortlessly control the temperature and create the perfect environment from anywhere at any time. Call Cool Breeze today at 727-954-3605.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat? Berg Sports Bar and Grill. You want to have a
It's
drink?
one of
Where
the
do you
Judge
go?
sisters.
Berg
There's
Sports Bar and
Ashley
Grill.
Judge,
Having a
one
get
of the
together with the
Judge.
guys from the
No, it's
softball
not-
team.
is
Where
that-
do you
are
do
you
it?
joking?
That's
Are you
right.
joking
Berg
around?
Sports
You're
Bar and
joking.
Grill. Located
Winona
at 1320
Ryder is not
Central
Winona
Avenue,
Judd.
St.
It's
Petersburg,
Winona
right
Ryder.
across
Winona.
from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take
You
the
know
whole
Winona
family for
Ryder
food and
is,
fun.
right?
Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game
Hi,
at Berg's.
we
and
got
after
this
the
interview
Rays
coming
win,
up.
come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg, right across from the Trop. So come down and see
Oh,
Berg and the whole
the
game at
lawnmower.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill. Berg
Zero
Sports Bar
turn
and Grill.
radius.
Check out
She's the
fantasypets.com,
mom
where
in,
fantasy meets
Stranger
cutting-edge
Things.
technology. We
You know
create
Stranger
breathtaking
Things
3D
yet? The
printed
TV
fantasy
show?
creatures
I don't
that captivate
like
hearts and minds, from the
don't even know
T-Rex
what
to
you
the
do.
dragons
No,
and the
video.
shark to the crocodile. Every fantasy pet is a testament to our dedication and precision and quality. You can request custom designs and bulk pricing as well. Go to fantasypets.com. That's fantasypets.com.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Reggie Bush, and you're listening to Knockout Radio.
All right, we are back hanging out here in the Tan Talk Radio Network studio. Other than the NCAA wrestling tournament, in my opinion, one of the greatest tournaments is going on right now, and that's the Little League World Series. I still have a problem with how the American team is guaranteed to be in the finals. We'll talk about that at the bottom of the hour. Right now, we're going to head back out to Las Vegas, continuing talking about UFC on ESPN 72. And let's welcome back to the program, Miles John. Miles, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Not too bad. We appreciate your time. Another fight week. And I always ask this, do you try to change it up? Do you try to, make it different, or is it just like every other fight week?
Well, the fight weeks are pretty similar, but there's always little things that change. You know what I mean? Little things that I tweak mostly in the fight camp. But once we get out here to Vegas, it's all pretty much the same.
Are you a guy or an athlete, because obviously we talk to the female fighters as well, that you try not to think about Saturday? Or are you kind of like the Rocky Balboa with, Clubber Lang on the mirror, and, you've got that burned into your memory of who you're fighting on Saturday?
It comes in phases. Like when I'm in the sauna or I'm doing my weight cut and stuff like that, I'm definitely putting my mind into the fight. I'm putting myself into a tough second round, a tough third round, where we're exchanging back and forth, and I'm defending wrestling, I'm getting my takedowns. So I do that, and then I also do a lot of mental mantras, just in my head, repeating things, positive things to myself, But then I also make time to just relax, and then the weight cut also keeps me busy too, making sure that my nutrition is just straight on point, that I'm firing on all cylinders, tracking everything. So there's lots of things that I balance out, but a little bit of time is spent thinking about the fight, putting myself in it, some about the weight cut, and then some just relaxing and just letting it be.
How much of the sport, and it kind of drives me crazy when people say the game, because obviously a fist fight's not a game. How much of the sport is mental?
A good amount of it. I don't know if it's, some people say 90%. That seems maybe a little high for me, but at least 80%, But you got those guys that are mental giants, and they just don't have the skill to compete at the highest level. So, mental is a big part of it.
So Miles, like, there seems to be like a shift in training philosophies. Instead of fighters going into fight camp to fight, to prepare, they seem to be training to fight, be capable to fight, but prevent damage from wear and tear on joints. Are you on that side of the fence?
I'm always every morning. I'm saying my prayers. I'm just grateful for my health, grateful to be able to do this, and I'm taking care of my body to where I am trying to prevent injuries at all costs. But I also am one of those guys that I got to go hard. I got to get my hard rounds in. I gotta feel that. So I'm kind of in the middle. I think there's things you can do to prevent injuries. Sometimes they're inevitable, but yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I still do like to go hard.
What's your favorite recovery method? Like, what are you, red light, cold therapy, like sauna? What's your go-to?
I love the sauna cold plunge. And then I'm doing, and then I use my Theragun a lot of warm-up things, my supplements, curcumin, photosome, and different things to prevent like swelling and stuff, and diet. Diet is a huge part of it.
Have you incorporated anything like glutathione, for like cellular health and neuron response?
I have done NAD plus from Regenerate. So, that's a little less about injury, and that's more of like getting the mitochondria to work and keep reproducing cells, or keep the cells active and healthy, producing ATP. So, yeah. So I've done NAD plus.
You're on the right track, my brother. That's great, man. Because look, a lot of fight game doesn't get the credit for being cerebral, right? They think of like these just strong guys, unintelligent guys going in and bashing each other's heads in. But man, the approach you're taking to the fight game is next level. So keep climbing, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Moss, what in your opinion is the biggest change, that you've experienced in the sport of mixed martial arts from when you first started to fight week, getting ready to fight on Saturday?
I think overall, like throughout my entire career, the biggest change has been just sobriety, just becoming completely sober inside of the camp, and then pretty much sober outside of the camp. I don't drink any more alcohol at all, ever. Sometimes I will. I mean, it is legal in Missouri. Sometimes I will do a little marijuana outside of camp. But then inside of camp, I let that go, and I'm just completely sober. And I think that mentally has been my biggest change. And then just experience, man, just like fight after fight. This is my 11th fight for the UFC. And I feel like every time it's just, I'm just growing and I'm learning. I'm only 31 years old, so I feel like I'm still entering my prime. And it's just been an awesome journey.
Does it seem like fight one in the UFC was yesterday, or does it feel like it was a long time ago?
Feels like a while ago, dude. I'm a completely different person than I was in fight one of the UFC. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I remember even after fight one, like fight week was really hard. I didn't know about the UFC PI giving meals. So I was going to the store and getting my own meals, and they're filled with sodium and all this stuff. It was in Canada. And then after the weigh-in the night before the fight, I had like 5 Oreos. Like, I would never do that now. I mean, I would absolutely never do that now. So I feel like a completely different person.
It's funny how, we all evolve. And I remember I was doing a broadcast in Vegas, and I was doing it from the hotel room. And George Gagel, a former UFC fighter, I have my gi from him that I'm very honored to continue to wear. He said, yeah, I'll come up to the room and do the show with you. I said, okay, fine. I opened the door, and I'm eating a bag of Cheetos. And he literally almost beat the crap out of me. He's like, what are you, if I ever see you with a bag of Cheetos again, blah, 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 blah. And so I stopped eating them, and it's just crazy how you change and how you learn to better yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about memorabilia wise? We were just out at the Fan Expo and we broadcasted, and all the fans that were there and getting autographs and getting photos with you fighters. What do you collect? Is there anything that you collect or something that you'd like to collect?
A lot of my stuff, I do a lot of like MMA camps for kids. I got young kids growing up that do MMA and wrestle and all this stuff. So then I put on a lot of clinics, and I give a lot of my things away during those clinics. Some of the hats and bags and stuff like that. And I really get a lot of joy from that because the kids just really, really love it. But I also got a big stash of things that I just can't wait to give my kids when they're in middle school and high school that they can wear to school. Something like I got some Reebok stuff. I got some like the vintage UFC thing. So it's just kind of things like that I'm just keeping to the side. And, I'm more aware of it now that I do have 4 boys that are going to grow up and want this stuff. So, I just can't wait to bless them with that stuff.
What are the ages of your children?
2, 4, 6, and 8.
Oh, how perfect is that? Oh, do they all get along?
So is it
most of the time?
It's every 2 years. So are we due for number 5 soon?
No, we are done, man. We are done.
4 is enough. I tell you what. Plus, you got one girl. Is she the youngest, or where is she?
No, I got 4 boys.
Oh, you don't have a girl?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe you need to go one more time. One more time there.
No, my wife is jealous enough. She doesn't need a girl in the house.
Do they realize what Dad does? Miles, are you there?
Did we cut off? I think I heard a pop.
Yeah.
I think we lost the signal.
Okay. Well, let's see. You kept pushing the 5th child.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here, man. Well, listen, I'm the 5th of 4 older boys, and it creates a very interesting dynamic when you are the youngest girl growing up with 4 older boys.
Well, you don't have to be the youngest.
It's a big difference if you're in the middle versus being the youngest.
Randy defaulted to like you do for another one, and I'm like, what about the one you lost first, like number 10?
Huh? We don't get it. No. Anyways,
going the other way.
So we're trying to get the connection back right now. But it's weird, but it makes you tough when you grow up with 4 older brothers.
But that's what I'm saying. My sister was 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's a younger brother.
Yeah.
My sister was number 3, and I guarantee you, she got the same abuse that you got as being the youngest.
No, she would have been worse if she was the youngest.
No, it's impossible for her to have been worse.
No, I don't think so.
I guarantee.
We're going to have a conversation. We'll bring her on the show sometime.
You guys should fight it out. I think you guys
we're already fighting about it. That's why, because I'm the youngest of 4 boys.
Gotcha.
You know why?
Settle it out in the parking lot.
maybe because we both grew up in the same era. Probably. Well, she's older than me, but the 60s and 70s is pretty rough.
Yeah, he hung up on you. You pissed him off so much.
Yeah,
he
all I
hung
did
up.
was ask about having a girl.
Jeez.
I didn't realize that.
You're on probation.
Jeez, Louise.
And I would say it's
So
double
sensitive.
secret probation, but I put you on probation live on the show, so it's not. Oh my goodness! I'm going to get a call from the UFC. Why did Miles have to hang up on you?
No, but he's on some next level stuff. He's talking about mitochondria production and cellular health. I mean,
it was pretty cool.
That's
a good
level.
Conversation. Too bad it ended.
Look, okay, so going back to like how our phones get different programming, I got a screen, one of those like sponsored whatever like ads, and it's talked about how religion is internal, like the Jesus rising from the dead. It wasn't an actual. It's not like Hogan's going to rise and like walk around 3 days later, but it's more about cellular like recovery. So like when you go to like starvation mode, 3-day water fast, your body re-stimulates new stem cells.
Cellular recovery, huh?
So it's more symbolic of Jesus as like, okay, your cells die and then they reborn every 30 days when you fast.
All right,
so a fight cut, like a weight cut for like UFC or for bodybuilding, it takes you to where your body has no nutrients and it forces you to rid your toxic cells, your dormant cells out. It flushes them out and it regenerates new stem cells, new cells regenerate.
I got that.
So being born again is really about cellular.
Mm-hmm.
So you're either healthier with the new cell or less healthy based on your lifestyle and the food and the nutrients you give your mitochondria.
So really the whole, maybe Son of God dying for our sins things is pushed aside. It's really what you think is about cellular regeneration.
It's more biology.
And biology
it's more
with
biology
Jesus
than it
Christ,
is.
right?
That's a great story.
Randy?
It's a great story. It's a great book written by people.
Randy.
It was a great book. It's now owned by Disney.
Randy,
Disney bought the rights to
You're Jewish and help me here.
No, but did you see that?
I'm trying to figure out how you thought he had a daughter when he said he had 4 sons.
But Disney.
I thought he said something about a girl.
No.
Disney just bought the rights to the Bible.
8, 6,
did you guys hear that?
What was that? You're both talking to me.
Disney bought the rights to the original King James version of the Bible. It's going to be owned by
the Bronze
Disney.
Book.
They're going to change whatever
LeBron-
narrative
They
they want.
can't buy the
LeBron
rights
sold the
to
book?
King James.
LeBron sold
LeBron
his story?
King James sold his story from Akron.
Wait a minute.
LeBron sold the rights to his story.
There's like
it's gonna-
50 million conversations going on
It's gonna
right
be a
now.
good
This guy
year.
is set on the religion. You're
We're
telling
We're
me
still trying to
Disney-
figure. We're still
Disney
trying to
bought-
figure out the daughter of.
I thought
John's.
he said he had a girl in there. So you're telling me that
Click.
Disney
Disney's buying.
bought
They're buying the rights to the King James version.
Okay, wait a minute. Who? Oh, that's
It's just a
fascinating.
translation.
Did they go to King James and ask him?
To LeBron's house.
Yes, LeBron. That's the king.
He's King James.
Okay.
And so he sold the rights to his story.
I'm a literal child, and I thought you meant the King James Bible.
Well, that's what I'm
Oh, you
talking.
were
Randy's
trying- you were
making it
making a
sports
joke.
related because we're a sports
Did you
show.
see Rick Springfield tickets on VetTix?
For where?
Oh, phone ringing.
For where? Rick, for where? What city?
Where's all the golf carts?
Oh, the Villages.
The Villages.
Yeah, Shaq wants to move there. Says it's the greatest place on earth.
Yeah, you can get a ride on the golf cart.
I was just going to book tickets to Rick.
All right. We apologize that Miles got so upset at you because not paying attention, but fortunately he called us back. Miles, how are you?
Sorry about that, guys. My phone overheated.
Well, it is Vegas.
Yeah.
It is Vegas. So how will you relax over the next couple of days?
I'm right here right now. Like I just finished up a little run. Probably why my phone's pretty hot. And then I'll just kind of chill out by the pool a little bit and, just listen to some of my audio books. Just hang out, just relax a little bit.
Let's talk about Saturday back in the Octagon at the Apex. First, your thoughts on fighting in the Apex and how different it is than in the arena, and then update us on your opponent.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like the arena. I love the fans. They really give you a lot of energy, but at the same time, the Apex is easy. I'm back here in Vegas for like the 8th or 9th time, and it's all just super easy for me. I know the whole process. I'm very used to it all, so it feels like this is just like a home game, So there's that part. I'm not complaining about being in the Apex. And then as far as my opponent goes, he's a tough kid. He's pretty good. He's shown that he can compete at the highest level with his last fight against Rob Font. But I do think it's a very good stylistic matchup for me. He's an aggressive guy. He comes forward a lot, and he gets hit a lot. In some of those other fights, maybe you can take that damage and you'll be okay. But when you're fighting me, I don't suggest getting hit a lot. So I think it's going to be a fight that the fans really enjoy watching. I think we both have a style to where we like to throw down, and I think it's going to be a fun fight.
Do you have to prepare differently, and maybe more when it's in an arena than when it's at the Apex? Because obviously very few fans. It's not, as noisy. You can hear the coaches better. So do you have to do anything different depending on where the fight is?
No, not really. It's all pretty much the same. The only difference I'd be is that when you walk out, you feel the electric energy from the fans, so, and it's just a little bit different because everybody's staying in the same hotel. I mean, they all are here, but a lot of people get B&Bs. I got an Airbnb and stuff. No, preparation wise, I'd say it's the same.
Hey, Miles. So Leslie went on break, so I figured I'd talk to you about some.
Really, she got put on probation, but we wasn't going to say that publicly.
Look, I'm a biohacker. I follow the mitochondria, ATP production. I'm gonna share with you my go-to. Maybe you can try it in your morning routine, see what you think. But I get a protein coffee out of Illinois. It's 20 grams of protein. It's a vegan-based instant coffee. So I get 20 grams of protein to boost ATP as soon as I wake up. But instead of sugar, I mix in creatine monohydrate. So I get the same oral fixation of stirring the spoon and putting in a white powder like sugar, but it's creatine. And there's just enough insulin response from the pancreas to drive that creatine intracellular. And then I fast all morning. Then I start my lunch at like noon, eat with the sun. And I've had some tremendous results in the last 6 weeks doing that.
Dude, that's a really awesome routine. It's very similar to mine right now. I do a coffee in the morning, and I put collagen protein in it with some skim milk. Ends up being about 31 grams of protein, and then I don't have any. And then I go train, and then right after training, I get my egg with my electrolytes. I have my creatine, and my creatine monohydrate in there. And then that's usually when I take my NAD plus, and then I get my multivitamin, my Cumium, my vitamin D, the EPA, the fish oils, and just all the stuff that the UFC sends me. So that sounds like a really similar, really good routine.
And what's your biohack about the eggs that you were just telling us?
Yeah, so the Rip Santa, if you've ever seen him on Instagram or on the internet, he actually separates his egg whites, cooks those first till they harden. Then he adds his egg yolks back in, so the high temperature from the skillet doesn't cook out all the nutrients from the egg white or from the yolk. So I started doing that, and man, you cook it just long enough to get it tacky, so it's not runny. It will change the way you eat eggs, I promise you. And then I add Celtic sea salt and a little extra virgin olive oil with high polyphenols, and that's how I start my day. Like at noon, that's my first meal.
Nice, dude. That's legit.
But anytime you come down to Tampa, St. Pete,
do you come down to the Tampa, St. Pete area?
Yeah, I need to. I fought in Tampa, and I really enjoyed the city. It was really awesome.
Well, next time you come down, I have a mobile gym that activates the sympathetic nervous system, and it's angular force, time under tension, bone density training, all in 6-minute protocol. So when you come down, I would love to do like a session, show you how it works, and then just collab, man. Share some research and recipes and some knowledge, and help make each other better.
Absolutely.
But more importantly, Saturday back in the octagon, do you get like excited about it? Do you, Friday night, and I call Saturday Christmas when there's a UFC, does it start like kicking in? I can't wait till tomorrow. I can't wait till tomorrow night. Talk us what Friday night will be like for you.
Yeah, I definitely get excited about it. It comes in waves though. There's times when you feel super confident, and there's times when you're just super excited to be back in there. There's times when you feel a little bit nervous, and you feel a little bit fearful, I'd say, if I'm being honest. But anytime you feel those thoughts, you just got to throw them out. You gotta replace fear with faith. So it all comes in waves. But I think what's helped me is just really being grateful to be here. This is my 11th UFC fight, and I just freaking love fighting for the UFC. Like I just love my job. I love that I get paid to do this. I love that I'm making enough now to where even if I lose, my family's gonna be all right for a little bit. So I'm just super grateful in that, and just being in a place of gratitude just keeps me in the place I need to be ready to fight, to where I'm excited and I got those little bit of nerves, but I'm just ready to go out there and perform.
What's it like for you? You're sitting, you're watching the 4-Letter Network come on, and keeping in mind, I've covered the UFC longer than anybody in the world. I started at UFC 1 and still alive. And that's the only reason why I've covered it more than anybody else, because I'm still kicking. So to me, seeing on ESPN, on the 4-Letter Network, the little scroll at the bottom and talking about Saturday's card and seeing the names come across, what's that like for you when you see your name on ESPN?
Dude, it's awesome. It's super awesome. I always do that. I'm always super tuned into the fight, like the week before and stuff, and love seeing like the next week's card up in that. It's just awesome. And a lot of times I use that as a mental visualization to be there in the apex, to be able to, like, when you walk in there and you go back to your room, you can hear like the dun 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 and all the this and all the music and all the sounds that they have, all the production. You hear it. So I just kind of use that as a way to just put myself all the way into the fight.
So Miles, talking about, if you lose, you'll have enough money to like be okay for a little while. Obviously you don't have McGregor money, but what would be next after your fight career? Like, do you see yourself opening a gym? Like what's the career look like afterwards?
Definitely to open a gym. That's definitely my next plan. My kids are getting older. I already coach a youth MMA program. I coach youth wrestling. I got a big base, a lot of people that know me as a coach and know my abilities as a coach. So opening a gym will definitely be next.
Nice. Well, Miles, I want to thank you for coming on Knockout Radio. We're going to send you a care package from 8 Man Strong. And Randy's probably got a gift for your 4 boys. And thanks for coming on, man.
Fantasy pets. I'll get a couple fantasy pets sent to you. It's a 3-dimensional, what's the printer?
Dragon or
a 3D
printer.
printer, a sponsor that I have out in Salt Lake City. So we'll send a couple of those out for you as well. And enjoy the next couple of days. And like I said, it's Christmas on Saturday. So happy holidays.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, guys. Good talking to you.
Take care. That is Miles John back in the octagon at the Apex. on Saturday, and I like watching them there. I like how small it is. You feel like you're right there. It kind of feels like it's, at the gym, or the smaller, where we were the other day, for WCFL.
It just doesn't feel right, though.
It's different. It's a different feeling.
No, the fact that Randy's giving care packages when he's the Grinch. Like every time.
No, I'm not the Grinch.
You give out presents every time someone comes on the show.
Andre's the Grinch.
You're more of the Grinch personality.
Well, that's true.
He has the body. You got the personality. You're the brain. He's the body.
Well, I haven't been called a brain too often, so I appreciate that. All right, let's go hit what I think will be our final break of the afternoon. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
Hey guys, it's Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the UFC strawweight, and you are listening to the Knockout Radio.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Rhino Cards, located at 406 11th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, is your one-stop card collection facility, specializing in all sports, Pokemon, Star Wars, and of course, Knockout Radio's favorite, the UFC cards. If you're looking to purchase, sell, or trade, then Rhino Cards is the place for you. Details are coming on some very awesome UFC card giveaways, thanks to Rhino Cards as well. That's Rhino Cards, conveniently located in St. Petersburg, on 4th Street and 11th Avenue North.
This is Randy Harris for Mick for Hair at Got Split End Salon in Pinellas Park, our official hair care and grooming provider who caters to everyone, women, men, kids, and senior citizens in an affordable, upscale environment staffed with the most talented professionals in the business. Visit Mick for Hair at Got Split Ends today at 4376 Park Boulevard in Pinellas Park, or call them at 727-290-9873.
Experience the charming Country Depot gift shop located in the heart of downtown Brooksville, located at 36 North Broad Street. From sports memorabilia to antiques, from handbags to one-of-a-kind art and decor, the Country Depot has it all. Check them out at countrydepot.com, Country Depot on Facebook, or stop by the store at 36 North Broad Street in downtown Brooksville.
What's up, guys? This is Justin the Highlight Gaethje. You're about to get KO'd by Knockout Radio.
All right, we are back for the final segment and possibly the final time you're going to hear either one of these two idiots.
What a zoo it is today.
Hey, I got some breaking Tom Brady news right now.
Oh, is he getting a new statue?
Yes.
Two of them?
Check this out. So this is latest. So from New England Patriots here, Tom Brady is going to be at Gillette Stadium this Friday for the unveiling of his statue. They're going to have a short ceremony in the hours leading up to kickoff for the game. So fans can be out there watch it. So I thought, of course, they need a statue. I hope it looks like him because, man, he looks good. But I think the Bucs need to have a statue of Tom Brady.
The greatest Buccaneer of all time.
The greatest Buck of all time.
They should enshrine that Lombardi toss in the water. That was epic.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's the statue.
That's the statue.
That's it.
Yeah, with him like semi-throw. It's still kind of in his hands, but throwing it.
Like that's.
Yeah, and then we put a little statue of who caught it? Edelman over there? No, not Edelman. Who caught it? Scotty. I think Scotty caught it. Right.
Who's Scotty?
Scotty. Our little runner. Come on, I can't think of his last name. His first name's Scotty. No, his name is Scotty. Come on, I can't think of his freaking last name. He was a receiver for the Bucs. He was super fast, and remember he made that an incredible catch during the from the Green Bay game. His first name is
Randy's in the locker room. He doesn't even know the name.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows
What's
what I'm
his
talking
name?
about.
Scott.
Scotty Miller.
Thank you. It's Scotty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not who caught it.
That's who I meant.
I'm pretty sure that's not who caught it.
Yeah, wasn't it Scotty Miller?
Well, hence the portion of me saying I'm pretty sure that's not who caught it.
Maybe I was asking Matt over here.
If somebody knows anything about football, call in.
Hey, why don't you ask your little AI friend who caught the Lombardi trophy that Tom Brady threw across the Hillsborough River?
I really don't want to waste my AI on stupid questions.
Nobody knows. We wanted a whole freaking You wanted a statue of this.
Just go back and forth and just let me know when you want to know.
Listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is it?
It wasn't Scotty Miller.
Who was it?
It was a tight end.
Okay. Grunk.
No.
Cam Braid.
Ah, Braid. Okay, good.
Because it's so similar to Scott Miller.
Well, none of us knew.
Nobody
Okay,
knew.
nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
You had to look it up.
Yeah, everybody had to look it up.
All right. So what about the statue? You guys agree?
I think we should get
Because it was a big deal because Cam was our starting tight end who caught the thing and it could have sliced his hand.
Oh.
But he caught it like a little baby.
He did catch it like a baby.
I think they should
That's
put a
very
Brady
funny.
statue on all four corners of $1.
I think you are
like on that way. Each
I think
entrance
you're
gets
right.
Each person.
What is wrong with
No,
you
I
humans?
do. Instead of raising, you know how we raise the flags all around the edges? I think they should be like little pictures of Tom Brady that pop up.
Or maybe a center statue that raises at a 50-yard line up, and then the lights out like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a concert.
Yeah.
And we could celebrate the greatest buck.
Yeah, the greatest buck of all time.
All time.
And not only that, but all of the incredible records that he has. I know
He has more Super Bowl wins than the Bucks in 50 seasons by one guy by 3
All
times the
those
amount.
records
By every team.
are
He has more
pewter.
Super Bowls than any team.
The
Bucks have won
of
twice.
those.
He has 7. He's like 3
We're 100%
times.
because of him. We're 100%.
We're 150 years ahead because of him.
You know what? We have hope because of him. Not only that, but
Yeah, okay. We have hope because of him.
it is. We have hope because he changed the mindset.
We didn't.
He did. He changed the mindset.
Yeah.
The players talked about it. He came in and first they were like, he's coming in. Yeah, we're going to Super
and
Bowl.
that has something to do
And they're
with
like,
now.
I don't even
In
shave
20
my beard because he left Gillette Stadium.
See?
Like it's a protest.
Dude, you're
You
on
don't
it.
you don't fire the goat.
Me and Matt are 100%
You
on
don't
this
trade
one.
goats.
No.
Goats don't get traded.
No.
Goats leave when they want to leave.
I can't wait till people tune into your radio show because that'll be awesome.
I mean,
Why wouldn't we need a statue of Tom Brady? You agree we should have one, right?
No.
Why not?
He's going to go in the Ring of Honor, even though he shouldn't. He's
Oh
probably
my
going to have a
God.
statue, even though he probably shouldn't.
You
Well, they
don't-
don't have. I don't
you don't
think they
think
have.
he should go into the Ring of Honor?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because
Why?
he's a New England Patriot. It was
No,
Rena QB.
He was here for 3 years, not just one. He
Yeah,
could have
3
quit
years.
right after the Super Bowl.
Yep.
He came in with no training
Yep,
and
none.
during COVID. Okay.
During COVID.
Set the mindset,
Oh.
change the mindset of our team, came in and won us an impossible Super Bowl, and the whole world
Sure, the
tuned
whole
into
world.
it because they couldn't believe that the impossible
Well,
was.
the
We
impossible.
were the succaneers until he came.
Sucking in, and as the Tamponians, we haven't even been invaded by pirates since he
Don't
got
say
here.
Tamponians.
Tamponians, we haven't been invaded by anyone since he came.
Sure, yeah.
He set us up for safety. He brought all that.
I saw a bunch of pirates there last year.
Really?
Yeah. They were all up and down Bayshore.
Yeah, they're in hiding now because of ice.
It's true. You don't get confused by. You don't end up.
You can't nowadays. You don't know who they're taking.
Well, you don't want to end up in alligator Alcatraz in a pirate outfit. It's probably
The
dangerous.
crocodile will be like, I remember you from back in the day. Yeah, we need
Yeah.
a statue in the front and the back.
And a Doug Williams statue. Can we get a Doug Williams, the first
I
greatest
love the
quarterback
fact that
ever?
Doug- no.
First greatest
From my-
quarterback
from
ever.
my favorite state of Kent, like wherever he was from.
No,
Wherever
Doug,
Grambling University
Washington.
is.
Now Washington could have a statue of Doug Williams, but not the Bucks. I mean, because he didn't
It
get a
shouldn't
Super
be for the
Bowl.
Bucks. Wasn't
here.
the first black quarterback in the NFL?
No.
He wasn't?
No.
Oh, to win a Super Bowl, he was.
Yes, to win a Super Bowl.
So can we put him up?
And he
there?
was very
Get him a
discriminated
statue.
against with
He didn't win it
pay.
here?
No, he didn't win it here. No statue for him. It's only Tom. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah, nobody else won one.
No, nobody
Brad
else should
Johnson
have a
didn't win one.
statue.
Brad
No-
Johnson didn't win a Super Bowl here.
Yes, he did.
Then why shouldn't he get a statue?
Because he doesn't have every record. Tom Brady broke all the records here. They're all the records for the Bucks now.
Which just means that
And-
the records were so low that Tom Brady could come in 3 years.
No.
Can we get a Testaverde
No.
statue?
How about a Jameis Winston?
Did you see the crab walking into Publix this week? There was like a video of a crab walking into a Publix. They're like, in the parking lot.
People were looking for Jameis.
Well, the Jameis return. But that's like
hilarious.
I went just to the comments just to see who was going to bring up the Jameis
Is he
Winston.
playing anywhere? Or is
Yeah,
he done?
he's in New York.
He is in New York.
Yeah. He hit the goalpost, which ended practice the other day.
Who's it
You know,
with?
they
The
always
Giants
do
or the
that,
Jets?
like
I don't know.
the Giants.
Okay.
they'll do this thing like if you kick a 45-yard field goal, practice will be over. If not, we have 20 more minutes. So they said to Jameis, if he hits the goalpost with a pass, practice is over, and he drilled it.
Well, look, when he's on, he's on, but when he's off, whoo! I mean, it's not worth.
There's still receptions. I mean, just do the other
Absolutely.
team. Yeah, so he's still throwing a high percentage.
Yeah, but he's got a high. I mean, he puts Brett Favre to shame on the amount of interceptions he throws versus his.
I want to see a Jameis Winston statue. Let's get it.
Where?
In the break room.
The toilet.
Here?
in the buffet line.
Here?
Yeah, eating W's. Just like
he's funny. I'll tell you that. He's very
hilarious.
funny.
He's going to be a great media guy. We ran into him at the Super Bowl. He was doing a great,
So I recorded a video. I was out at the Titus O'Neil backpack giveaway event, and there was a guy that looked like Jameis passing out supplies. And I was like, oh, look, they even got a Jameis Winston lookalike. But
is that your story?
No, but then I think it really was Jameis. I think it was really him.
Again, I'm pretty sure that I can't say this enough. You are a moron.
I don't know what it looks like without his helmet on.
I'm actually seeing it in full force in this bit here.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if you've never seen Jameis Winston in your life.
I couldn't tell. He didn't have his helmet. I'm like, can you put the helmet on so I can see if it's you?
You should have handed him some crab legs and seen what it looked like. And then you'd know.
You know you're a fan when you can watch a football player and he's got his helmet. You don't see his number, but just his walk. I could tell you Tom Brady's walk. Like I've been Tom Brady. I could. He could just walk. If he's just walking his completely covered up, and I'd be like, that is Tom Brady.
Please help me.
I
don't believe in much.
Down.
I'll believe in anything.
I want to see him walk the plank of this year's Gasparilla.
We need to honor him big time. Have we? I mean,
hasn't he been honored enough?
No, no, he hasn't. We need a statue. This is crap that Gillette's doing this and we haven't.
He's a patriot. He's going to go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a patriot.
All of the records will have pewter beside them. Okay. All of the big, major, huge, monstrous records.
That's not true.
Statues made out of pewter.
For quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's not true.
Statues pewter.
The biggest monstrous record of Super Bowl wins. He's a patriot.
I'm talking about his quarterback records.
Yeah, his quarterback record of winning Super Bowls.
Okay, all right, whatever. So we'll give you that one. That's silly.
Not me.
No, we'll give you that stat. Okay, that'll go in. But all of the records for what he accomplished as a quarterback, as far as his yardage, everything, all of those records have pewter by them now.
Now is it time to erect a Hulk Hogan statue? Now there was already one. There's already
Clearwater.
one at the gift shop, but should there be at Pier 60, maybe at Clearwater Beach, official statue of Hulk Hogan?
I think there'll be plenty of them.
You think so?
Because it's a money-making thing. So yeah, somebody will.
Attraction.
Yeah, it'll be a tourist thing. People will come there.
They have one in the gift shop, but I mean, like a city approved. Like
how big is the one in the gift shop? It's an actual statue. I haven't seen that.
It's decent.
It's decent size.
They just need to move it outside.
Probably 7-8 feet.
Yeah,
it's bigger than
actual Hulk.
He's definitely the biggest. Now. Would you say he's the biggest star ever to come from the Tampa Bay area?
Other than
the Clearwater,
he's the biggest star. Tell me somebody bigger anywhere.
I can't think of.
I'm not saying Tampa Bay.
Well, Tom Cruise is upstairs. He's a bigger star. I mean, Tom Cruise globally.
Oh yeah, Tom Cruise.
I mean, Tom Cruise is a big star.
Tom Cruise is.
But he's a Jersey boy.
He lives upstairs. He's there.
He's Jersey. He's Jersey, and he's known for Jersey. Same thing with Travolta. They're both Jersey boys. So you got to associate Jersey with.
So Frankie Valli.
Is he? Yeah, but Travolta. Like you can't claim Clearwater for that, but Hogan's different. He has roots here, businesses, that whole thing. It's different.
Here. I mean, he called it home.
Yeah, he called it. Yeah, it's different.
Well, yeah, I don't think anybody's bigger from this area.
I don't think there's anybody bigger anywhere. I mean, I think. Hulk Hogan is one of the big. I think he's one of the biggest names, biggest characters.
You don't know anyone else more famous right now than Hulk Hogan. I'll give you 2 words: Taylor Swift. Mic drop.
I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I think as far as symbols and recognizable, I think
Taylor
Hogan's
Swift
bigger.
is the bigger.
You wouldn't recognize Taylor like in another country, like unless she has her name Taylor Swift above it. Like,
No.
Well, it
You're
runs
wrong.
across the
You see-
bus.
guys.
you see
It's-
Hogan with
on the
the
bus.
wrong.
It says
with the
Taylor Swift.
mustache.
You're
You see the golden mustache.
Well, he has a caricature. He is a caricature, but Taylor Swift by far. You guys, she's. I mean, it's. You got to understand when she was playing in like Germany and different places, just for the Eras tour, it's sold out everywhere. So people would go like quarter of a mile up on these areas and completely cover them. They're just open grassy knolls just to watch down, and she would wave up like everything around the stadium that wasn't even being sold. They would go to watch her. Like she's the
I got a
biggest star in the
Swiftie phone
world.
case.
Oh
Okay?
my God, it's a 1989 Swiftie phone.
Listen,
I feel like I'm on a Navy ship and they're sinking.
I got
Everybody's drunk.
I got
but we're
this.
not.
I got this signed by a Yankee star
It says 1989, folks. It says
that I don't know who it was,
That's
but
one
it's
of
a
our
Yankee
albums.
baseball player, somebody famous probably. He had a number on his jersey like yours.
yeah.
And I was like, hey, can you sign my Taylor Swift phone case? So that's what the blue marker is.
And you don't. It's all smushed.
Yeah, Nobody cares.
This is bad radio at this point, isn't it,
Shout
Randy?
out, shout out Mike Straka. Nobody cares.
Look, he's killing it.
And Mike Straka's killing it.
What's he doing?
He's pizza.
He's doing meet and greets at Frankie Edgar's. Frankie Edgar is involved in this bar,
Yeah.
sports bar kind of thing. He has Misha Tate coming. He had Patty the Batty already.
Oh, good.
So he's doing good stuff.
Nobody cares. Shout out Mike Straka.
Yeah, we
That's my boy.
miss Mike.
That is a great name of a show, TV, movie, podcast.
He already
Would be what? Shout out Mike.
No,
Nobody cares.
Nobody
That's the name of his show.
Because that's the truth. Like nobody cares. Like at the comic convention, it's obvious. Like people now are at a point now where if you don't bring value to their life, they really don't care. Like it's like, what can you do for me? Like what do you do that can improve my life? And that's what people care about now. Like what tips can you have?
The selfishness has really gone overboard, I think, in America too. Is
People
that
are,
what you're
people are
talking about?
distracted. People are numb. People are medicated.
Well, they're
Like,
selfish.
people-
Like it's crazy how selfish I think our country has come.
Can I say in Little League I would drill this 12-year-old?
No, you can't.
I would have.
You'd be
I
arrested.
guarantee no, he wouldn't be arrested.
If you drilled him.
Yeah.
It's like
You
New
guys
Hampshire.
laughed at me for saying the girl was getting pounded, and you can't take this. You're going to drill this kid.
Yeah.
No, okay. All right.
They
New
just
Hampshire 3-2.
What
over
happened to
Vermont.
Vermont. They
When-
just walked in the winning run because the hot dog batter was like rocking his bat back and forth.
Yeah.
To get balls instead of strikes.
Yeah.
So if you're going to walk them, drill them.
Well, looks like winner gets Kent State.
So they walked the pitcher.
Mother-
The pitcher just blew it.
Yeah.
He walked him and said,
He
oh,
couldn't
that's
throw
so
a
sad.
strike.
Oh,
He knew
that's so sad.
that the kid wasn't going to swing the bat.
Yeah.
So now Massachusetts versus
All he
New
had to
Hampshire.
do was throw a strike when he knew the kid's not going to swing the
Yeah.
bat. Oh, wow.
You can't swing the bat if you're doing the hot dog thing trying to get a walk.
So he's just distracting the pitcher.
Right.
Wow. And it worked.
But
Goalie technique before a shootout. You walk around, you do. Hope Solo was great at that.
But here's the thing. Next week, Leslie, if you're going to be a part of the show,
Okay.
you got to bring value to our audience. Like there's got to be
What? How did I not bring value today?
people need techniques, things they can take away, hacks, things that like protein coffee with creatine monohydrate. That's something people can listen to the show, apply to their lifestyle, and make improvements.
I would never do that.
Well, it's because you don't know anything about cellular health or mitochondria.
And,
But when
I've never had coffee.
But when you catch up,
Do you know who Mitochondria Eve is?
Eva Longoria's brother.
Nope. Mitochondria Eve.
You
She's
look
the-
just like her.
I do not look like her.
Yeah,
She's
from the back.
African. She's
From the back you do.
African.
Oh.
She's African, and she is.
So
our,
why can't you look like her?
in the dark.
Because I don't. I know what she. Well, I don't know what she looks like. She's skeletal, but I don't. I really don't look like her. They've done things. I don't look anything like her. Well, first of all, she's African American. So
First of all, you didn't say
I'm
that. You
so
said she
white.
was African.
And what does it have to
She's-
do with it?
Oh, she's not African
the
American. She's
value?
just African. Thank you. Mitochondria Eve is it's the oldest DNA that we have
I
that
can't
we all
wait to
link
hear my
from.
music.
That we all link from. It's about 150,000 years ago. Her body was found in Africa, and she is the original. She's what humans are today. All of our DNA goes back to mitochondrial Eve.
You look just like her.
You don't even know
From the
what she looks
side.
like. I'm
From the
much
side, you do.
taller than her. Okay, I'm much taller than her. But they think it was about 200,000 years ago.
Tune into the UFC this weekend, UFC on ESPN. I think it was 78, 81, something like that. So until next week,
carbon dating.
Same bad show, same bad time. This is Knockout Radio.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons real or in their heads, and are fighting to come back against it all. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're bold and aggressive in the pursuit of the things you want in life, if you are meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong. Got bills and looking for work, but nobody is hiring? Staff Zone is, as the leading provider of commercial construction, industrial, and special event staffing throughout the Southeast, Texas, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Kansas City, and many other locations. Staff Zone has plenty of work for you, and they need you now. Don't wait. Go to www.staffzone.com and find a branch closest to you. Work today, get paid today. That's the Staff Zone way.
WTAN, Clearwater,
FM
WTAN,
106.1,
Clearwater,
FM
WDCF, Dade City,
106.1, FM
WDCF, Dade
102.3,
City. Listen,
FM 102.3.
listen.
My tribe went down in the Hall of Fame cause I'm the one who shot the
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. 5 soldiers at Fort Stewart in Georgia were injured today in a shooting. A suspect is in custody. CBS's Anna Schechter's been following developments.
There's a community hospital within the base. 2 of those soldiers, unfortunately, needed a trauma care, and so they had to be driven by ambulance to a trauma center in Savannah, Georgia. They arrived around 1:30 p.m. We don't know their status. I imagine their families have all been notified, all know, but we have not heard exactly what the statuses of the victims is.
Fort Stewart was under lockdown for a time. It's home to thousands of soldiers assigned to the Army's 3rd Infantry Division. President Trump imposed some steep new tariffs on India today for buying Russian oil. It came as his envoy was holding talks with Russian President